Hello everybody, good morning or good afternoon or good evening, depending on what time it is for you where you are. Happy Saturday, welcome back to the weekend, if you do like a Saturday, Sunday kind of traditional weekend sort of thing. Hi everybody, hello, welcome back. Awesome video guys in Mana Forge, oh thanks. What are drops? So there's an article there that has like the details that I'll pop in chat if you want to kind of look it through at your own leisure. But the basic gist of it is you hook up your WoW account to your like your Amazon or Twitch account. You connect them and then you watch Twitch streams that have drops enabled, and it'll eventually fill up and then you can claim an item in WoW. It's a way of getting cosmetics in the game. WoW isn't the only one that does them, but they do them for WoW every now and then. I'm here for the 4-hour drops. There you go. I still have to do mine. How long did you play around with housing yesterday? Not at all. Outside of stream. I did not turn it on outside of stream. I did... What did I do? I went outside. I'm just checking out my my mail right now. I want to do a couple things on retail before I get on alpha today. And then once I get on alpha, I want to kind of do some general poking around and get a feel for... I don't know. What's in this build anyway? But for now, I'm going to start with some Isle of Dornogal rares. We didn't get a Crackling Shard yesterday. We're still 6 out of 10. So we're hoping for 7. We're hoping to get to shard number 7. I'm going to do rounds of rares and a couple of characters. And at some point, after we've kind of warmed up a little bit here and gotten going, I want to do Corrin Dire Brew for a chance at the Brewfest Bomber Mount. Yay, outside. Hello, Miss Kira. Hi, Miss Kira. Hi, kitty cat. What did I do? I went somewhere. Yeah. There's only one thing that happened yesterday that like really, it kind of blew everything else out of my mind, and that's I saw another bear. I saw another bear. It was a pretty big bear, and it was outside my backyard. I was out there and I was playing with my dirt, as you do. And I kind of look over my fence and I'm like, huh, did somebody leave like a blanket over there? There's like a black fuzzy blanket kind of like hanging in a tree. I need to get my glasses done. And I'm kind of looking at it, and then I look a little further. I'm like, oh no, there's a face. There's a head. Oh, that's a bear. So I just kind of looked at her and she looked at me, and then I was like, all right, I'm going to leave you to it. I'm going to go back inside. And then I watched her from my window for ages because she was in a tree, not on my property, but like right over the line. She was probably 10 feet from me. Adult bear, big black bear. Just right behind my fence line, just hanging out in a tree, snacking. Okay, she didn't bother any of my stuff. She didn't bother me. I didn't bother her. She, like, we kind of locked eyes and she looked at me with a look that I can only describe as, please don't make this weird. So I left her to it. Have you customized a Caronier? No, I didn't have them in my alpha client. Are they playable? I know some people were, I have no idea. I haven't looked at anybody else's content. I need to start doing my rounds here. Beware of fuzzy blankets. Yeah. I think the moral of the story is that it is good that I check the yard before I let out the dog. We're going to keep doing that. And also, I need to get my glasses updated. She was not that far from me, and it took me kind of a while to figure out I was looking at a bear. Hopefully they stay out of your car, unlike the bear that came here night before last. Yeah, I'm a little worried about that, because I don't have a garage to park it in or anything, but I never, ever eat in my car. There's never any food there. I don't unpack food in the car. So it shouldn't smell yummy, but, you know, see. Oh, they're on dressing room. I'm probably going to wait until they're actually in alpha, just in case they do any changes. What about the fish in the trunk you keep? I try to take those out and get them filleted for the freezer. Oh, man. But yeah, I'm brand new to living in an area like this, and it's kind of cool. it's a little freaky, but it's kind of cool. They don't seem to bother anybody. Everyone seems to be used to them. They found goodies in other cars, so they may as well try them all. How'd you get alpha access? I'm on a list. My WoW account is on a list. I've been on one for a long time. Yeah, you make enough videos and you worm your way onto the creator list, and you can get there. Oh, no, nothing from there. No, none of these guys up. We'll go check on... I want to turn off these little blue ones, actually. We want to just go for the big ones. I On a list is a sentence. Mm-hmm. I mean, we're probably on lots of lists. You know, there's all kinds of different different lists you could be on. Oh, we got a kitty cat here. We got a little kitty cat here. You want to say hi, kitty? Okay, well that's about as far as the camera can go in that direction. But maybe if I spin the chair, there you go. Hi. Still farming shards. Yeah. Yeah, we're 6 out of 10. We're 6 out of 10, and rare farming has been the most profitable thing for me, so that's the thing that I'm most inclined to do. I don't see, none of these delves are bountiful today, so I don't think I'm going to worry about that. What do you think about new companion pets not being able to battle? I need to look at this with my own 2 eyes. I spent 30 seconds trying to find the thing that people were talking about. I couldn't find it in 30 seconds, and then I got bored and gave up. So I'm going to poke around on alpha today. I'm going to go start like leveling in the zones. I just wanted to have a look at it and see what we're dealing with. I couldn't see like a Wowhead article or anything. If there is one, I missed it. So I need to, I just want to get my fingers in there, but I haven't done it yet. Maybe today. Thank you. I love you. Oh. Leather farming. Yeah. There is, it's a great way to get, it's a great way to get shards. Exciting new. Got the Mountain Brewfest. 100%. Oh, congrats! How are we feeling about the death of weak ores? I've made my peace with it. I'm not even using any. I haven't used any in like a patch or 2. I'm not a huge... I only really used weak ores when there was something that was like almost impossible to keep track of otherwise that was also extremely important to keep track of. And those are things that I feel like the game's gonna let me track anyways. So I'm not super fussed about it. I'm a casual though. I rate up to heroic and then I'm done. I'm gonna float over this way. Remember the Shadowlands meow? Well, that's a great example. That was flash concentration. That was flash concentration. It was a buff that I needed to not let expire. And nowadays, if they hated me and they gave me something like that to juggle again, I would be able to do it in the cooldown manager. The in-game cooldown manager, as it is right now in the live game, is good at that kind of thing. And in Midnight, I think you're even going to be able to tag like sounds onto it and stuff. So like that's all I need. I didn't need really fancy weak cores. I just wanted like, you know, like tracking a specific buff or a specific cooldown. Usually just a buff, right? Because I didn't want to be fishing buffs out of the buff bar with my eyes. So like sometimes you want to know when you have like a trinket proc or, you know, like a buff that you're juggling like that. And I don't know about trinket procs, but the base game is getting much better at tracking like your class buffs and stuff. I used to use Hunter Frenzy Tracker weak cores, and they kept breaking on me. And now if I feel the need to actually try hard on a Hunter, I just pull on Cooldown Tracker, and it has Frenzy, it has Beast Cleave. It'll stick them, you can put them anywhere you want, but I just stick them right above my character frame and it works great. It's basically exactly what I used to use weak cores for. So for my use case, I'm all good. I'm not a hunter. I was like, my pet's not out. I can't do this. Hang on a second. I'm not a hunter right now. I was just talking about hunters. So many lists for collections I really like. Chet list, Merildor Derby. Yeah, and that's a little annoying because I feel like that's stuff that could still work if they wanted to. Like, that's not info that they're locking away. But if the whole add-on is thrown in the towel, then, you know, what are you going to do? I might expect that in that case, people might put together more specific and specialized add-ons for that kind of thing. Like, remember when we had Collector's Bounty Helper? Stuff like that. Like, if it's info that's not combat info that is being protected, then add-ons can access it. And if WeakCores isn't going to do it, somebody probably will. Even if it's just like a one-patch case-by-case basis. Feel better being able to use all the things in Midnight. Oh, better be able to use all the things. Yeah, I don't think that one's going anywhere. Doing keys again? Oh, nice. Nice. You having fun? Yesterday you were gearing up in Mob Remix. So I want to go back to Dornigal and I want to go up the hill is what I want to do. Well, we could go check for Twice Stinger the Wretched over here. Not feeling good? Glad I can watch your stream to relax. I'm glad you're here. Deleted Mob Classic, got bored. Yeah, that's fair. That happens. What else was I doing yesterday? I think I spent, oh, that's right. My partner went out fishing and he came home with 2 more salmon. So we were working on those for a while. We spent some time processing the salmon and getting them all filleted and shrink wrapped and frozen for our stash. So that took a while. I think that and then watching the bear through my window took a lot of my day. What the freak is up, daddies? Hey, Kurtz, how you doing? Happy Saturday. Where are all my, I'm asking you personally, where are my crackling shards? What's up with this? Where did they go? Excuse me. It's my baby retail. In my other flannel. I'm rotating flannels today. I feel so clever for something that is not at all clever, which is that I really love this sweater. But hang on, let me kill this rare before someone else snipes it for me. Before I start talking about my clothes for too long. No, where are they? I really love the sweater. It's super warm, and I feel very cute in it. But the trouble is, it's a crop sweater, which is adorable. But if I wear it just like over a tall pair of pants or something, I'm freezing because it's a crop sweater. And I just today, it occurred to me that I could put like a full length flannel underneath it, and then I could feel cute and be warm, and I'm just happy as a clam. Do you want Current to just cough up shards? Well, I mean, that sounds violent, but if that's what it's going to take. Give them here, hand them over. Close all my windows or the squirrel gang is going to come up and beat the shards out of me. Listen, if you're coughing up shards, you may need to seek medical advice. This guy's always up, huh? Yeah. We love Tempest Lord Incarnate. He never lets me down. Hi, kitty. Here. If you want the lap, I'll move the hot water bottle. I'll move it. Kira looks happy too. She wanted me to stream real bad this morning. It's chilly. We're hitting lows. We're getting chillier in the evenings. I need to actually get winter tires for my car before it gets away from me. It's been getting chilly in the evenings, and it means that the office is pretty cold in the morning. I don't know what it is in here, but it can't possibly be warmer than 19 Celsius. No, we're good. We got layers. I want to go all the way to the top of this. Can I make it? Yes, I can. Nice. Okay, this guy's up. He has Mog for me, I think. He has some kind of a weapon. Already start getting more housing rewards on Tuesday with Legion Remix. I'm gonna need all the stuff I can get. Although I think they're... Oh, I got the thing I was missing. That's handy. I got my polearm on my priest. Lucky that they're warbound, huh? Cool. Okay. Transmog, yes. Crackling shards, no. Although I did get a pretty good round of them. I think what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna pop myself out of war mode, check one more time. And then we can do... Corn Dire Brew. Dreadwaste Rares. Dreadwaste Rares. How's the farm going? It's going fine. It's very hot and cold. I'll get lots of shards and then I'll get no shards for like days on end doing pretty much the same thing, which makes sense. It's random, but it's just hard to comprehend. We're at 6 out of 10. Here's my 6 shards. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So most of my luck has been from rares. I've got one from delves. I got one while I was farming the bee mount in the bees area. And then most of them from rares. I wanted to check actually. I had like a dream that I got one on my rogue. And you'd think that if I had, I would have put it in my war bank. But I should just check just in case just in case it's true. I think it was just a dream that I had. But what if it was true? I went on a massive blocking spree. Like you're picking where people are going to go on like a stage play. A question for the chat. Is it possible to get more than 10? Yes. Well, hang on. They're unique 10. I would assume you could get more than 10 on different characters. But once you can continue getting them even after you've got them out. That's a thing that happens to people. Oh, blocked everyone deeming about add-ons. Midnight class changes. Yeah, that'll work. Pulling the plug on the whole computer works too. I've done that before. Dropped for me shortly after I got them out. I'm gonna check out this rare and those two. And then we'll do Corn Dire Brew. Yeah, he's up. Corn Dire Brew to see if he wants to drop me a Brewfest Bomber today. I'm not getting my shards before Legion Remix. I don't think it's going to come together. It could, but I'm not feeling optimistic. Here we go. 4 tokens of merit. What other garbage is in my bags? Stuff. I've been carrying around a socket. I should probably just send it because we're not reading anymore. I guess we're going to still do keys. I don't have a lot of faith I'm going to get myth track items in socketable slots. Helms, bracers, and belts. I would need a helm or a belt that is myth track that I could then socket. And I could put it on the hero one, but ugh. Ugh. Still in the no luck club for the bomber. Want to go hard in Legion Remix when it comes? I want to just get everything I can and then put it down again until more content is added to it. That's kind of my vibe, I think, my mood. Got them out ages ago, and I already have 9 in the banks. I wish I could give it to you. It's my own fault for not spending more time in this zone earlier in my life. It's if I had just made a habit of living here all the time, it would have been different. Let's do our Corey Dyer brew, huh? Go have a little look-see. Right, the fine line of playing WoW without burning out on it. I swear, on Hearthstone, I could get a free deck. Huh. I also wanted to sit and enjoy Legion Remix. I want to get all the stuff for bronze. And I want to get the housing stuff, and I want to get the special stuff. I'm not too worried about catching up on other things. I wonder how long the leveling's going to take, because with the class mounts, like the Fellscorn class mounts, there's new versions of the class mounts in Legion Remix. And you get it for free if you level that character of that class to max in Legion Remix. But if you want to get the other ones for the other classes and you don't want to level anymore, you could buy them with bronze. But if you wanted to save the bronze, you could just level that character, and then they would get their own class mount basically for free. So it's gonna, I guess, depend a little bit on how one of those two options is gonna be faster. And we're just gonna kind of see whether the bronze comes faster or whether it's easier to just kind of like level and alt. Hi Hazel, hi Vidalia. Giga Turbo Fast and Panda Remix assume it's similar. Maybe, but the clever ruse that we were using to level in Panda Remix with the mailbox has apparently been patched out. That's what people were telling me. Also, drum roll! Oh, I got my mount! Woo! Brewfest Bomber! Alright, well I can stop doing Corey then. That's nice. No more Corey and Dire Brew for me. Brewfest Bomber. I am no longer a member of the No Luck Club. I have to turn in my membership. I will no longer be at the meetings. See. Let me see. We're gonna check it out. It has goop. It has flags. It has propellers. It is made of wood. It has a stein functioning as some kind of an exhaust. Out of the top of the propeller. I don't know anything about helicopters. That looks bizarre to me, though. It kind of looks fizzy. And it's got kind of a comfy chair. It's got a little bit of a windshield. It has a pressure meter of some description. Wow. Nice. Very sick. There are 3 mounts you can get for the Brewfest dungeon. The older 2 are also still available. The Brewfest Ram and the Kodo. You can still get from doing this. This is just the new mount that they added this year. But it does mean. What is it? Also, I'm going to, I think, just hearth her home and then get on my hunter and do another round of shard farming. Also, I'm going to check on my rogue just in case my dream was true. Oh, does it have a special? Here, let me check. How is your gold collecting going? It's not bad. I'm kind of I spent all my gold to buy tokens to get Midnight, and I did that. And now I'm kind of regrowing it in advance of Midnight coming out, so I hopefully am able to get some amount of housing stuff sorted. Although I don't think I'm going to be in a huge hurry to unlock all of it all at once, really. Mount special. Oh. Oh, that's why it's drippy. / mount special. Let's do it again. It's not vomit. It's flaming, brew, presumably. I alcohol is flammable, but like, I don't know what happens if you try to light beer on fire. Go Placidly, thank you for the 31-month resub. Appreciate it. Warm beer. Yeah. So I have 27k in this character. I think I have like 1 or 200k in the bank. And I've been getting it from mainly from doing weeklies on alts and like gold world quests whenever I see them. To a lesser extent, I've also been using my concentration for alchemy and enchanting, but that's not a huge amount of gold. It's a little bit of steady gold. It's not great. It's a string of golden liquid. That's all I'm gonna say about that. Warm beer, very British. Jealous you got that mount. I'm pretty happy to have it done. What's up, kitty cat? Oh yeah, 239k here and then 27k here, so somewhere in the neighborhood of 270. We're creeping up on 300k again. Why won't my escape key work? Weird bug. Let's go check on my rogue just to see if I actually got a crackling shard on her at some point. First try and the first character per account a day. Yeah, first try per account per day. That is, I believe, to be true. Congrats in the brew bomber. 4 more tries then. Wait another year. At least it's not going to take a huge amount of time to try. It's kind of a you'll get it or you won't thing. So there's no crackling shards here. I'm just going to check her bank. I wouldn't have deleted any. That wouldn't have happened. Housing stuff in alpha? We did that yesterday. We took a good look at it yesterday. We might poke around a little bit more, but I do feel like I kind of saw most of what I was going to see. Okay, no further crackling shards. Okay, I did not have any extras in here. That's good to know. I want to, I think, start leveling a bit on alpha to get into some of the new zones and have a look around, especially at some of this battle pet stuff. I want to get a feel for what's going on with that. But first, I have more rares to do. We did plant a bush inside. Yeah, upside down in the ceiling. And what more can we really do? When about is pre-patch with the leveling changes? Do we know? Do we know when that is? I don't know if we know when that is yet. Did my annual alt purge. Nice. I don't have Eluniri yet. I'm working on crackling shards for that right now. I'm doing a bunch of rare farming on different characters to hopefully get them to drop. We're 6 out of 10. Watering down those upside down shrubbery is going to be a nightmare. Do you think you get one of those like fancy watering can things that they use for big hanging baskets? Also, I kind of want to like plant my own hanging baskets. I want to like start a bunch of seeds and put together different ones next year. I think that sounds like fun. Did you check for me whether or not I can make a house exclusively out of benches? You can. You'll need to collect a lot of benches, though. You'll need many copies of benches. If you have a bench, you can put it down once, and if you want to put it down again, you're going to need another bench. So you may be collecting some things in great quantities. Don't have enough benches. Where do you sell gold to buy the expansion? So to do that, you would buy on the auction house a WoW token. So right now for North America, it's just shy of 300k for a token. That will give you 30 days of game time, or you can put it into cash Blizzard balance in your account, which is what you do for the expansion. In Canadian dollars, it's $22 per token, and you need like a bajillion of them to buy the expansion because tax and all that. You know, your region may differ, but it'll tell you in the auction house how much value you get from each token. So it's a lot of gold. Don't get me wrong, it's quite a bit of gold. Managed to get 4 shards farm in the honeybee mount today. Nice, congratulations. We're gonna mosey over to Plague Heart over here. What kind of things do you want to plant? I want to get like a little assortment. I want to start a lot of seeds next year, and I don't really know. I think I'm gonna just take over my kitchen. I want to start a lot of seeds because I also want to start some things inside in terms of like tomatoes and peppers early. But I was thinking of just like sort of Googling some of the best annual, I want maybe some fuchsias for some of them, but also some annual, like Million Bells and Lantanas and just different stuff. Maybe some like green stuff that might want to trail, and just see what I could start by seed and then see what sticks, you know, like, I love growing stuff. I don't know if I'm any good at it. It doesn't really matter. The plants have to do all the growing. All I have to do is stick them in dirt and hope for the best. So I'm going to stick some stuff in dirt and see what happens. What exact mobs drop in the charts? Anything in the Isle of Dorn or in an Isle of Dorn delve. The entire zone can drop it. It seems that rares have a slightly higher chance to drop them. So that's what I'm just doing tours of the rares. It's also a good way to get caught up on transmog from the rares if you're missing anything. Bee farming is probably the fastest way to do this. You can join farming groups and farm bees and wolves in the Cinderbrew Meadery area, and that can be quite good as well. It can drop in the Isle of Dorn dungeons. I am pretty sure. I haven't personally seen it, but I think it can. Like the fit today. Thanks, me too. Basil and lavender. I have basil and lavender, but I don't need to have them in my hanging baskets. I've got them in other spots. I also got my rosemary in the ground. I picked up a rosemary. I found a spot for it. I'm quite happy. I'm hoping it holds on well. It should. They're pretty tough and hardy. They grow well here. I missed having fresh rosemary, and I'm very excited to have it back. Reweaver Sarah, thank you very much for the brand new Prime sub. Appreciate it. Canada, yep. Vancouver Island. BC. West Coast. Ish. We're going up this way is what we're doing. Although I'm here, I may as well do Sanders. He's right here. Love all sorts of herb sticker. Basil and rosemary are probably my two favorites. I have a lot of oregano, actually, and I love oregano, but I don't always pick fresh oregano to use, because, like, I don't know, dried oregano is just so convenient, and fresh oregano is, like, quite woody and a bit tricky to strip off the stems, and I just never remember that I have it. I need to get in the habit of using it. Vancouver next week for 2 days for work. No time to sightsee, unfortunately. Well, I hope you have a good trip. West Coast, West Coast. Kid was there not too long ago with her Broadway show, Book of Mormon. Oh, cool! Edmonton here. If you had the choice, would you say orega yes to plant more? I think I have enough, honestly. I think I should prioritize stuff that I know I'm going to use lots of. I need to get back out there. I've got more lavender that needs pruning before the winter. I did all of my traditional lavender, but I've got like this weird silvery variant that also I'm pretty sure wants to be cut back before the freezes come, so that it can chill. Love me some Thai basil. Usually have to pick between basil and oregano. When do you have to pick between basil and oregano? Who is the basil or oregano cartel that's making you choose a side? Is it Herbside Story? They're like rivaling gangs. Basil's so easy to grow if you have like any sun at all. You put in pot. I usually just pick up those little started ones that you get at the grocery store that are in like little paper squares. I usually like because they smell so good when you walk by them. Also, I don't know why I'm doing this. It doesn't matter. They smell so good when you walk by them that I don't have any self-control. So if I don't yet have any basil in my garden that year, and if I didn't remember to start it from seed, I'll just like grab one while I'm shopping for groceries, being like, well, I could buy basil in the pack for like $7, or for $8 I could buy a plant that has so much more, and then it'll grow even more. The trick is just remembering that I have it. I get excited about growing stuff, but I'm very much a toddler when it comes to object permanence. So if I'm not looking directly at my herb garden, I'm not going to remember that I have it when it comes time to cook stuff. Can't put both of them on pizza or Greek salad. Why not? Flavor cartel. I used to put both of them in high quantities on any kind of tomato sauce based dish. I would hit it with the oregano and the basil, and I would go ham. Because a lot of pasta and tomato sauce with heavy oregano basil as a kid, because it made me feel fancy. At least fancier than just having pasta with just the tomato sauce. More or less likely to use garden-grown herbs now that you have bears in there. You mean like in my garden? Or do you think the bears are going to be picking my basil? They might. We'll have to see. I'll check my basil for bears before I go to you know, pick my bushel of basil. I'm trying to find more B words for alliteration. You saw a bear. Yeah, I saw another one yesterday. It was right behind my fence. Like right behind my fence. It was probably 10 feet from me. It was pretty cool. I looked at her and she looked at me, and then I was like, okay, pardon me, ma'am. Carry on. I'm going back inside. Would you risk your life for some basil? No, that's a silly proposition. Barely any basil left if that happens. man. I'll stop talking about the bears at some point because it seems like no one else around here is phased by them at all. I think they're pretty common. Everyone here seems to have just learned how to live with them. Not a big deal. I'm like the newbie greenhorn that's like excited about them still. I spent a long time in a chair by my back window just watching this like tree shake and the occasional little bear face like pop up into the tree. Where are you that you saw bears? BC, British Columbia. Yeah, no, they're not hunting people or anything like that. There's bear attacks are like so insanely rare. It's not something that they're not going to cocaine bear hunt you down in the night. We're going this way. You do want to be cautious with them. It's kind of like a you know how like raccoons can be like super vicious, but they're also cute. And, like, you're not going to freak out if you see a raccoon in your yard, but you're also not going to go, like, poke it with a stick. It's kind of like that, except, like, much bigger. Huge grizzly outside of our job site fence in northern BC. That would freak me out. Grizzly bears are a different bag. I wonder how many days in a row we would get bear stories before it got to be normal. I wonder how many days in a row I'm going to need to see bears before I stop mentioning them because they're not that interesting anymore. But I kind of, and I might change my mind on this if they start to stress me out more, but I kind of love them. They're kind of adorable. Oh, they're kind of so cute with their bear ears and their bear faces. I'm playing on people's pool swing sets, yeah. What about Care Bear? Bear-sized raccoon would be terrifying. I call my dog Bear as like a affectionate nickname. You know, he's Moosey Bear, or sometimes he's Mr. Bear, which is cute because we're adorable and stuff. But I sometimes will do this outside, and I'll realize that if my neighbors hear me, they might think I'm talking about an actual bear, and I'm just talking about my dog. But I never before lived in a place where it could be both. Okay, we're gonna check for Tempest Lord Incarnus. We're getting lots of rare kills today, so that's good. They're coming together nice and fast. The rares are all up. The trouble is that they're not dropping me my shards, but that's okay. Is the Brewfest mount that rare? Gotten 3 tries? It's rare if you haven't gotten lucky yet. It's just one of those things. I think it may have the holiday bad luck protection, where if every day that you don't get it, you're a tiny bit more likely to get it the next day. Not a guarantee to get it by the end of the season, but if you do it every day, you'll have a good shot at it, I think. But we don't really know any numbers. Speaking of, it's my new mount, and I should be riding it around. Brewfest Bomber. I got it today, and I killed the boss every day, with the exception of the first day. I missed one day, and I just got mine today, so there's my personal contribution to anecdotal data. Yeah, not super rare. But I don't want to say that it's a gimme, because there are people that still don't have it, and that would make them feel very sad. Clawbreaker Physics over here. It's kind of cool. Neighbor had a dog named Bear, and my dog was afraid of bears and knew what they were called, and we couldn't say the neighbor's dog's name out loud or Finley would start woofing. Oh. Oh, would you fly this mount in your new Alliance neighborhood? The Brewfest Bomber? I don't see why not. Heartseeker mount a while back. Nice. Oh, noise and pollution. Yeah. We're going up the mountain. Also, I need to turn on my toe oven. My feet are starting to freeze in here. What? I have, not to be weird and show feet or anything, but I have the fuzziest unicorn, like, super thick double-walled socks. And it's great because it kind of provides a little level of insulation between me and the heating element in this foot oven, but it doesn't help. It would keep heat in if the feet had any heat to begin with, but I feel like the feet have refrigerating qualities of their own. I'm gonna stick the big socks in the oven. I kind of have to, because the oven gets a little bit dangerously hot. It is like a cheap Amazon drop-shipped product. Like, it is straight out of the sketchiest warehouses overseas. So, it works great, and I love it very much, except that I don't know that it would really pass a safety inspection, just because it gets quite hot. My feet will burn if I leave them in there too long. So having an extra layer around my feet helps, and then just kind of pulling them out whenever it starts to feel like it's gonna hurt. See, Mitchell, thank you very much for the brand new sub. Appreciate it. What are the temps there now? Not too bad. We're getting below 10 at night. We're getting below 10 Celsius at night, so it's getting a little chillier. My trouble is I don't have any heating at all yet, and I have yet to light a fire in my wood stove, so it's just a little chilly inside the house. It's not freezing, but it's like 18, 19. Once the toasts are nice, medium, well done, you pull them out. Exactly. You get it. You get it. So now that I've done that, I'm going to turn it back on and go check for Violet Prisoner again, because that's where all the really good mogs are. Are desktop computers or laptops the best to play WoW on? It's whatever works well for you. Traditionally, desktops are, I don't know, easier to ventilate, so you can generally put more powerful components in them without needing super fancy engineering about it. But I haven't sold computers in like a million years, so I don't know what they're doing anymore. I would not play WoW on a laptop unless I didn't have another choice. But if I was like on the road all the time, it would work fine. But I like having a gaming desk. I like having a desk with a big old PC set up. I like my wired keyboard and mouse. I like everything plugged in and set up just right. People are playing WoW on handheld PCs. I think that's cool. Like Steam Decks and stuff. I have heard of that. You guys do talk about that every once in a while. Oh, there's the cutthroat. I don't know why it hasn't updated on my map yet. Alright. I play WoW on my Steam Deck nightly. Yeah, I think it'll work fine. You pay a little bit more for the convenience form factor, I think, for like a gaming laptop versus a gaming desktop for the same amount of like power, but you don't need something insanely powerful for WoW. Although it doesn't hurt to future-proof yourself a little bit. I think I'm going to park her over here and then leave her be playing a laptop, because I move it to different rooms, can play on the road too. Yeah, that's I feel like if you have a need for it to be portable, then by all means do a laptop. But if you don't worry about it. Don't make things portable unless they need to be. There is a trade-off. Oh, don't exit game. Actually, maybe exit game. I think I want to do some alpha leveling today, so I'm gonna quit this and I'm gonna turn on alpha. So stand by. Hold on. I have a laptop to play on as well as a desktop, but the fan is so loud. Yeah, I've never bought like a gaming laptop. My MacBook can actually run WoW just fine, but I don't do that. I used to do it when I traveled, but I haven't traveled recreationally in a long time. You know, why leave home when home is here? You know what I mean? We did check the trading post. Yeah, I bought the Horseman mount. All right. Getting on my priest. I wonder if I'm still going to have my action bar stuck in the middle of my screen for combat. Hi, Hazel. Greetings from Canada. Hope you're doing well. Hi, Pretty Posh Life. Greetings right back at you from BC. Moving furniture around. Cheapest way to go on vacation. Oh, yeah. All right. I'll look at the house one more time. Oh, hey. I didn't realize I was on this quest. Looking more like a home already. Never stop designing, never stop creating. Oh, okay, I won't. Item level squishes coming in midnight. And this here is Midnight Alpha. You want to see my house? What did we do yesterday? We put the grass on the ceiling. We... oh, that's right. Okay, so I added a stairway with a big tree in the middle. And then a little chair and a table in the corner. I added a tiny gnome-sized door in the wall, and then I jerry-rigged walls together until I closed up the gaps, so that's why it looks a little bit funny. I've got my little Alice in Wonderland gnome-sized door, and then I have a full-size door. And then this is my bedroom. And that's about what we managed to do. There's only so much decor that you actually have access to by default. I'll probably get more if I actually go take this character and I level in midnight. Perhaps we should do that. Seems cool though. Seems fun. Seems like I could sink a lot of time into this. Aerodusty, thank you very much for the brand new Prime sub. Appreciate it. Alright, so we need to locate the image of Lady Leadrin and actually get started on midnighting. Let's let's turn on dialogue sound if it wasn't on already. It is. Turn some of these guys up so we can hear them. Here's a question. Oh, hang on. Are my keybinds, did any of my keybinds save? Oh, these ones didn't save either. This bar, it would not let me move it. It was just like an alpha thing. It kept hitting a Lua error. I'll try one more time. But I scooted. No, this is going to revert right back. So I'm going to put it right here. Close my error. I'm going to... Well, I would save it. There's nothing for me to save here. And nope, snapping right back. That's all right. We'll just live with it. What I wanted to know is... And I'm assuming it'll be like the entrance portal there. Yeah, I wanted to look at what it's like. Also, adorable farm. I wanted to look at what it's like. Oh, hang on. I thought I turned those settings off. Oh. Alright, I turned off skywriting, screen effects, and speed effects. Why is it motion blur somewhere? Hang on. Let's just have a little look. I'm not photosensitive. We'll try turning the motion sickness one on. Oh, let's turn camera shake off. That might help. Okay. Is that better? Yeah, that's better. There we go. Oh, the door is awesome. I kind of want to make, in actual WoW, when this is for keepsies, I kind of want to make my house gnome-sized, but I don't think I'm going to do it, because I'm going to have other alts that want to hang out in there, and it's going to drive me nuts if I can't fit through my door, so I'll probably compromise and have normal-sized doors. They data mined 1,800 housing items already. That's true. I could make a gnome wing. That's right. Yeah, you're right. Let's relog just to save those things. Pretty portal. Have some gnome only spaces. Yeah, we could have like a little Alice in Wonderland door that goes to like the gnome room. What if one day you can share houses and you can lock Flabby up under the stairs again? Well, what if Flabby gets me to... No, I guess I can't do that, can I? I was like, can you design houses for other people? No, I don't think there's a way to do that. Oh, man. Dragonflight Beta Alpha was horrid for Hazel's motion sickness. It was, yeah, there was something about it. I've been okay so far. Maybe it's better. I don't know. Not yet, yeah. Oh. I just want to go into Stormwind. Am I downstairs? I am downstairs. So there's the Founder's Point portal. That's where housing is. There's Dornegal. There's Valdrakken. There's Silvermoon City, our new hub. I kind of want to go there, but I think they're going to send me there soon anyways. I just want to locate the image of Lady Lantern. Can I leave and go into Stormwind, please? This door is not here. Is there another stairway somewhere? There must be. Because this is a wall that... Oh, they haven't done the graphic for it yet. Okay. Okay. I forgive myself for being confused about that. That was weird. Yeah, I think we have new Shadow Crash. Let me go try it on a target dummy. I have it on my bar here. We set up our shadow bars and talents yesterday, thank goodness. So that's done. I think we'll be probably fighting mobs at some point in questing. Platform 9 3/4 thing, yeah. There it is. There's Tentacle Smash. Wabam! Summons a massive shadowy appendage, slam to the ground, dealing damage in front of you and 8 yards around your target. In front of you and 8 yards around your target. So there's my target. Let's target that dummy, and I'm gonna kind of face away from it a little bit. Interesting. Would you recommend it? Would I recommend it? I don't know. I've only been playing it for about 30 seconds. This is the only thing I've done so far. This looks great. basically, what I'm trying to do is figure out, okay. So, I mean, I'm running out of charges. In front of you and 8 yards around your target. So it seems to go from me to the dummy. Applies vampiric touch, right. We'll see how it feels when we're actually, like, questing and stuff. Let me get a mount out. Or just a random favorite mount button. Sounds like a frontal. Yeah, but, like, it doesn't have, like, a target reticle. Right? So I was trying to figure out, like, if I face this way, will it happen over here and over here? But, like, it doesn't seem to care where my character is facing. So when it says in front of me, it's not a frontal from me. It's like if Priest had eye beam. Sort of. See how many people are playing. I can see how many people are in... no, actually, I can't. Never mind. I'm guessing the answer is not nobody, so I guess not. Let's go talk to Lady Adrian. Let's go get questing started here. See if they can send us to see some new stuff. Hello. Wow, you're very shiny.
I answer to the light.
There may be some spoilers, but I will probably be skipping cutscenes. Oh, that's the cinematic that we watched at the beginning of the expansion. I'm going to skip cutscenes, so we're not going to get too deep into spoilers, but they may cross your screen briefly. So if you're avoiding spoilers, be warned, I am playing alpha. Glad you came and need your help.
Vigilant.
Accept the summons.
Fight.
Travel to Quel'Danos. Okay. Alright, take me up. Need that, right? Meow. Happy Saturday, everyone. Happy Saturday. Hello, there's Batman. I want to see the new nameplates. Are they in yet? Or did I read a thing where the new nameplates aren't in yet? They must be in, aren't they? I want enemy nameplates. Hang on. Combat. Nameplates. Aha. Always show. We do have new nameplates. Minions and minor. I don't care about friendly players. Right now. Oh, okay. Names and nameplates. Right. So if I turn their names on and off, okay, that doesn't matter. Stack nameplates. I heard this is... I heard that stacking is not necessarily show off-screen nameplates. Interesting. Okay. Okay. Oh, these are all our nameplate options. So we've got default style, legacy style. Ugh. There's thin. There's block. There's cast focus. So I can see the void bolt they're casting. What if I go to default? I can still see the void bolt they're casting. Okay. Alright, we like that. Rarity icon, health percentage. Health value, okay. I don't really care about the rarity icon. I guess maybe. Taskbar info, spell name and icon. Let's just do spell name. Ooh, they have spell target. Highlight important casts. I can have them highlight when they're targeting me. That's funny. Oh, sure, yeah. Just makes it a little redder when they're mad at me. I like that. Quick help fend off the invasion. Yeah, give me a sec. Aggro display. Progressive. Ooh, okay, so this is the preview. I know I knew that. So you can either have it flashing or you can have it, like, heating up with a little fire when they're mad at you. I don't see why not. Enemies, buffs, and debuffs. That way you can only kick things that target you. Listen, guys, that was targeting our rogue. That sounds like a them problem. Simplify nameplates. More simple and streamlined ways. So maybe minions and minor. I want to have nameplates for them, but they don't need to be super fancy if they're tiny. Okay. Alright. And then I'm going to reload, I guess, just to save those, hopefully. Didn't seem important to me. Mouse over macro, everything from scratch. Stuck with bad bullshit party friends. Oh man, you're kind of dunking on the way I've been healing for like 5 years. The way I've been doing it is, I used to use mouse over macros. I lately just enable global mouse over cast, and if there's something that I really don't want to have mouse over cast, I use a macro for that, because I feel like for healing it's, there's like a couple things like DPS spells that I don't want to be on mouse over, but most of the stuff I do, so I just turn on global mouse over cast on my healing characters. This has been in the game for ages. I have, yeah. You're, there may be some adjustments to be made. I am definitely, hang on. I'm definitely spoiled because I don't, okay, so there's my dots. And I can see they got those dots from my, okay, stupid question. Where's my mind flay? There it is, okay. Scared me. I know they're simplifying classes, but holy, okay. Feels weird to see hundreds of damage instead of millions. Oh man, see, this is why you gotta get like me and just never notice any damage numbers. And then it doesn't, you'll never know the difference. As long as the mob dies in the approximately correct amount of time. Doesn't matter. Where's Mind Blast? Oh, there it is. This is great. This is helping me with all the spells that I forgot to put in my bar. There we go. Ow. Oh, there it is. Yeah, I need to look at shadow form. I am in shadow form. Okay, that was my lead. That's why that hurts so bad. What do I have? Do I have, flash heal? I do. Do I have my feather macro? Oh, my angelic feather macro died. Feather. Oh, no, there it is. Oh, no, we're fine. How do you trigger Entropic Rift without Void Torrent now? Is there Entropic Rift? There is. It is in Void River. I'm not a Void River right now. It looks like you would still use Void Torrent. I think you would spec into Void Torrent if you were doing that. It looks like Void Torrent. It says requires Void Torrent talent. I don't see the Void Torrent talent. I'm assuming they'll sort that out though. Yeah, they'll figure that out. They're not gonna leave that like that. They have nothing to do yet. All right, well there you go. Later us problem. I'm not meant to be fighting these mobs right now. I guess I'm just doing it because I'm curious. And I'm getting used to the new interface. They're different. They're real different. I'm very used to my plater. I could make my peace with this though. Yes, I can turn my volume down a little bit here. Wow. Never be afraid to ask me that, because I don't have real-time sound monitoring, so I need you guys to tell me if it's out of whack. Sometimes I turn it up if something's really quiet, and then I forget to turn it back down. Forces are scattered, devouring hosts will overwhelm us. Okay. Oh, Uncle Bubby, thank you very much for the 7-month resub. Appreciate it. Almost played her so much. I think I can make my peace with it as long as I can get used to these. I'm gonna miss quest mobs being flagged, but... Oh, you evaded. How rude. Lady Zeatrix, thank you very much for the 2-month resub. This seems to be going fine. Combat-wise. Got my buff up. I'm in Archon, right? Yeah. I'm in Archon, so I've got Halo and some Halo talents. Big Tentacle's so silly. I like it kind of better than Shadow Crash so far, anyway. it's... I mean, it's been hitting what I want it to hit. I was just terrible at... What do you mean missing healing salve? Well, I'm a priest, so... The heck with that. Maybe... Oh, maybe they didn't give me a healing salve because I'm a priest. That could be what happened. This is just for hindering the attacking void forces. Hello. There's Farron. Yeah. So it hit those guys. It didn't actually clip this one that was right in front of me. So if I have that one in the back targeted, I guess I just want to figure out like where exactly it's landing. It's not super obvious to me yet. I think I just have to play with it for a while. On the ground in blue. One flash heal and they're back up. I think they're faking it. Arzinrathan, thank you for the brand new sub. Appreciate it. Bam. You can tell when someone's been hit by it because they get the dots on them. Also, I am... Yeah, that must have been something else that was on the ground blue. I don't see these ones. You know what I want? Oh, well, I guess my Shadow Word Death lights up. I was going to say, I want my, I used to have in Plater a little bar that marked where execute range was. I guess I could, like, learn it or whatever, because I have health percentages up. I could just know what the number is. Doesn't have to be a shape. There's a rare over there. Also, I need to go up this tower, and I have not the first idea how to do it. This seems like the wrong way. This area is pretty. You know, that's nice. Gosh, these are strange. It's 20, but having it displayed is and was nice. It is 20, isn't it? Yeah, and there may be an option that I didn't catch. If you could stop winning. Yeah. I miss when it would kill things from 20. Hope they include some way to know when dots are in pandemic range. It's sadly missing right now. Yeah, this is their first version of it, so they'll probably continue to work on it. They don't seem averse to adding lots of options. Mod just informed me that Hallow's End starts in 13 days. This is a busy holiday season. Holy Lord. Especially with Legion Remix coming too. Stat squish or an item level squish? Both? Both? Because I'm item level 80 on this level 80 character. Have they ever done one without the other? Maybe they must have. Plan on doing the No More Gone run next Saturday? Probably not. Probably not. It sounds great. I think it's a great idea. I've never done that kind of thing though. Yeah, item level squish, stat squish. They say they're going to take a pass at legacy content tuning to make sure it's still appropriate. You know, as usual, we'll believe it when we see it, but you know what I want to put on my bar, actually, is I want to recuperate, because I'm getting kind of toasted here. There's recuperate. Stick it down there. There are an awful lot of... Maybe, if I want to do more damage to these things, I should focus on... What does that button do? Void volley. Oh, they've reskinned it. Okay. Or maybe it's in a different spot than it used to be. I should actually use some cooldowns. Maybe I shouldn't be Archon if I'm not willing to use Halo. I'm gonna find my way in this building, one way or another. They don't let me fly, do they? No, they don't let me fly. Nope. I'm just mount special over there. That one's in the lead. You can see the teeny tiny little golden dragon on the left side of it. New nameplates look good. Customize them text size. We customized a little bit. We customized what information was on them. So look, it's a Void Garage Reserve. I think he might win. I should not have pulled him. Nameplate options are down here. And yeah, so you have size, you have buff and debuff scale. The size is the overall nameplate size. There's different style options. We don't have like a text size option yet, but I'm assuming they're going to continue working on that. Thinking I may gorge myself on some pizza tonight. Why does he look like that? I didn't look super close at his face. Isn't that the same, like, similar to like the Zul'Harak model, right? Remember those? What do they want me to do? Recruit some people. Let's go get Erator's assistance. Let's go meet him. Yeah, this is Midnight Alpha. This is pre-release content. It is currently invite only. Oh, here's Erator. Over here. Hello. Wow, that is a hairstyle choice. Oh no, I thought that was hair. He's got... Would you stop moving? What would you call that? Tattoo, I guess? It almost looks like plates, you know, like cyborg plates under his skin. Oh, and then he's got a different one. Oh my gosh, is this the light one? And then that's the void one because he's got the light and the father and the void and his mother. Oh my gosh, okay. Never mind. I'm gonna leave it alone. I'm gonna stop bullying the poor kid. Your father sent me to find you. Oh, good grief. Okay. Oh man. This is not the place for subtle storytelling. If only I had found a way to destroy that accursed blade. If only we hadn't lost track of it. We're gonna call him to assault the void. Yep. Get the impression he's gonna be annoying. Eh. Need Hazel to be more of a lore person now. Do we though? Do we need that? Hi Chen MD, how you doing? Happy Saturday. Okay. We're gonna grab this one. Oh yeah, that counts too. We're filling the bar slowly. Why am I running around here? Are we meeting? We're meeting Terralion. That's what we're doing. We're gonna go see the father. Oh, thanks for the anonymous gifts. I appreciate it. Hazel bullying NPCs is my favorite thing. I shouldn't be too rude because the NPCs don't have feelings, but the people that worked on them do, and I should be nice and not snarky because it's not the kind of energy we need to bring to the world. He's new, right? So we gotta haze him a little bit. He's a new character. They want us to be spending a bunch of time with him. He's gotta... Oh, that's the healing salve. Oh, I see. You know, he's got to take it for a while. It's just how it works. Nothing wrong with being snarky. It is the most low-hanging fruit way to conduct discourse online. It is the easiest possible way. It is so lazy. It's fun. Don't get me wrong. I love reading some snark, but it gets old after a while. We could do better than that. All right. The rare's over that way. What do you guys want me to do? I need to go recruit Lithraxian. He is in... Oh! I was doing laps around the bottom of this tower, and if I had just done the other quest first, it would have led me up the stairs. There we go. That's the stuff. That's it. Speaking of snarky, I was reading people trashing the new Taylor album yesterday, and they're... You know, it's all fine and good. You can think whatever you want. But then I put it on while I was in the car. I cannot get over the Void Garaged Reserve. My goodness. And I was like, this is totally Hazel driving to get groceries music. That's for sure what it is. How much HP do I have? Hang on. Hold on. Less now. 80k, it seems to be my max amount of health. Isn't it great? I love it so much. Yeah, I was having a lot of fun with it. I was enjoying it. I'm assuming there's more. It doesn't seem like Taylor to release only 12 songs. I'm waiting for her to TTPD us again. Is that giant lizard helping? No, no, that giant lizard is not helping. He is on the opposite side. See, this is what people wanted with Drakthir. Remember when we wanted our lizards to be ripped? I think this is what we were after. It's very kaiju. Pop in here once or twice a month. Ever plan on playing Classic? TBC launching soon. TBC launching soon. Have I gone back in time? I have no plans to play Classic. I'm glad to have you here, though. Thanks for stopping by. I have 4 brain cells and no mojo, so my mojo is pretty much consumed by retail and now midnight. And then also Legion Remix coming up. That I will do. I will do Legion Remix. I was gonna say if that's what you mean, but Legion and TBC are not the same thing. They both have Illidan, and that's about it. That's definitely what I wanted my Drakthir to look like. Yeah. I think the day that I am here talking about and playing classic stuff is probably the day where they do another hardcore. And outside of that, I think you're out of luck with me. But there should be lots of great people and lots of great creators that are all in on it, so you got places for that kind of thing. It's just not here. Relaunching. Yeah. At some point, I want to stop living in the past, you know? Actually, I never lived in the past in the first place. I was a Wrath baby. I started playing this game in 2009. So I missed TBC the first time. I didn't feel particularly nostalgic for it. Some community creator doing an ultra hardcore run of Classic. Looks unhinged. Oh, that's fun. I didn't see that. That's cool, though. I want to fight this rare up here. Dripping Shadow. He hit his health bar. From, like, just from chat or from himself, too? Because that's funny. That's genuinely creative. Yeah, I like Tentacle Slam. It's cool. I'm into it. I still need to play some other specs, but Shadow gets a pass from me. This is fun. I'm good with this. I think it's also because I wasn't really playing Shadow to the highest level anyways. I haven't for a long time. I've been a Holy main for a while, so I've been playing kind of like the baby's easy bake oven version of Shadow, where I just kind of press some of the buttons and hope for the best. So having it like this seems fine for me. Sure, yeah, I'll take it.
Didn't come this far to falter now.
What do you want me to do? Rescue 20 citizens and then head to the Silver Landing. Sure. I think it's safe to say if it's not a bear, Hazel did not see it. Oh man. I took a tiny, like 3-second video, and I need to crop it down to like a screenshot that's just the bear so you can see it. Yeah, this is Midnight Alpha. This is Midnight Alpha. Illuminate Gloom Stress. How did they find out my nickname? Going this way. One of the biggest groundbreaking changes in a while? Yeah. They make big changes every now and then, though. They're always coming out. Skywriting was a pretty big deal. Dragonflight Professions were a pretty big deal. What did they do in War Within that was cool? Green Smug stuff. More excited for the TBC re-launch. Well, it's okay, because you said you come to Twitch for not the gameplay anyway, so it doesn't really matter, right? Oh yeah, Delves, that's right. Delves and Warbands. That's what we had in the War Within. In my mind, they've like always been here, so I forgot that they were new. That's true. That is true. Yeah, things becoming more account-wide has been awesome. Putting us in underground zones? Not so new. We've been there. I haven't forgiven them for, well, I ain't forgiven them, but I remember Deep Home. The lobe beneath them. The sniffers. Yeah, they like their underground zones. So we are rescuing civilians. Can I heal these ones too? Or do they need me to actually... Oh, no, I can heal them. That's nice. Are you scared? Can I flash heal your fear away? What if I psychic scream and then you give you something to scream about? No. Okay.
Sun
I just have to tell them they're there. Can you fear ward them? Yeah. They pruned away all kinds of stuff, but they left fear ward. How long has it been since that's been out? I feel like that one bit it a long time ago. If I was guessing, I would say WAD, because that was the other huge major prune that I remember, but it could have been before then. Who knows? Thought it was funny since we just talked about TBC. The last time I messed around with Fear Ward was Hardcore Classic. Didn't you have to be like a dwarf specifically or something like that? Oh, look, it's me. This is kind of a nice way to get used to my new toolkit. I have enough buttons left here to get by. I still have my Fade DR. I have my Desperate Prayer and I have my Vampiric Embrace. That's most of what I was using. I don't like Devouring Plague being renamed. I forgot that they renamed it until you just mentioned that. I know I was complaining about it yesterday. They're calling it Shadow Word Madness now. But they left the icon the same, thank goodness. The icon is exactly the same, so you'll never notice unless you're actually like reading your spells. How is Shadow? Do you like the big tentacle crash? It's fun, actually. I like the tentacle crash. I was a little confused about like the where it's hitting, but ever since I stopped worrying about it, it's been much better. It'll do a little AoE on your target. The graphic comes out from you, but I feel like the place where it's applying dots is generally like where you're targeting and sort of an 8-yard round from there. We're proceeding to the Silver Landing, so we're going the wrong way. That seems fun. Silver Moon looks nice. Or this is Quell de Nos. Yeah, the wording of it's kind of funny. It says it does damage in front of you and 8 yards around your target. I wasn't able to detect any damage being done in front of me, but I maybe have done it wrong. I need to maybe mess with this one. Take a flight in a Dragon Hawk, destroy 16 devouring hosts, rescue 3 civilians in need. You betcha. Silver Moon is huge. Mount up, ready to go. Oh boy. Wouldn't be WoW without one of these guys, especially in the beginning of an expansion. Okay, the projectile looks sick. I'll give them that. What does this one do? Oh, I can move. Okay, cool. Yeah, alright. I'll give him this one. This is fine. Love the void jellyfish. Spooky jellies. I like the light missiles. It's very satisfying how they twist together. I need to rescue some distressed civilians. Hi. Grappling rope. There we go. What do you personally specifically need? At what point shall you consider yourself to be rescued? What's time Blood Elves got some love? They've been ignored since TBC, basically, lore-wise. I thought it was funny that we finally saw Lorthamar, and in my brain he was going to be like this young thing because, you know, in-game he just had a Blood Elf model for the longest time, and they were all kind of like eternally youthful. And then he's all, you know, middle-aged and stuff, and I mean, that's fine. He is. He looks great. I don't know why I thought he was going to be like a teenager, though. How long is the hook? 50-yard range. I don't think I need to be nearly as low as I was. I just want to heal with flash heal. Can I do that? In Midnight, they're killing regular heal, actually, so that's going to make your problem for you. You will only be healing with flash heal. Yeah, I feel like if you procrastinated that decision until pre-patch comes out, it will not be a problem anymore.
Light bless you.
Heal has to do, I think, with Lightweaver, technically. I also sometimes use it when I'm just, like, being cheap about mana, but generally speaking, yeah, you're using heal unless you have, like, a buff that makes your flash heal, or your regular... I have them reversed. Jack's really your guy for priest stuff. You'd think I would have a better grip on it, given that I'm trying to push keys, but not really. Jack scares me. Well, you can always check the written guide. Midnight X-Packer. Void Elves able to become demon hunters. Yes! I know that one! Yes, they can! That is a thing that they are adding in Midnight.
The light welcomes you, champion.
Hello.
Do not lose faith. Carry on the crusade.
Jack said they did not oversimplify Holy. Did you agree? I haven't played it yet. Jack scares me when I see him on his treadmill bouncing around. It's just not something I'm used to. I would not be any good at this game without his guides. It is not an exaggeration to say that the things that he writes for Wowhead teach me everything that I know. But if he's happy with Holy, then I can be happy with it. I just need to mess with it at some point. This is kind of nice. I mean, there's like their whole invasion going on, but... have you met him in person? I am 94% sure that I did once at BlizzCon. 99. I did. He's very tall. I remember he's very tall. And he was nice. Everybody was nice. I didn't meet anybody that wasn't nice. BlizzCon's really fun because everybody's just like hanging out. It was a long time ago though. It would have been like 2018 or 19, one of those 2 years. Those were the 2 years I went. It was funny because it was 2019. I go to BlizzCon in November, and then like January hits, and I go to San Diego to do like a Twitch thing. And then I was like, oh man, I'm really traveling a lot more for work. This is kind of neat. I wonder if I should like invest in some luggage or like, you know, my job has really taken me around a little bit more. I bet you that's going to keep up. And then 2020 happened, and I've stayed home ever since. I am not making any plans to go anywhere anytime soon. I'm just gonna chill and see what the world does. I have no plans to cross the borders of my home country. I'm staying home. We'll see what the world looks like by then. But as it currently stands, I'm not trying to go to the States. This thing really hurts. Oh, I do need to be fighting it though, so we're in the right spot. Yeah, borders kind of made me antsy before, and I like don't have anything to hide or anything, but like they always made me a little uncomfortable, but I'm not trying to do it now. We'll I'm not going to say never again, but you know, we'll see. Guildies wanted me to go to a guild meetup and had to politely decline. Someone who lives in the States, never leave my house. We need this one. I had a guild meetup once. It was so much fun. I was nervous, but it was great. I hope that if it ever does feel a little more of a good idea to go to something like BlizzCon or Comic-Con or anything, like if I would love to be able to meet up with my guild. I've met up with like my PvP friends before at BlizzCon, but my raiding guild has never done it. And I mean, if I do ever go back, by that time it'll probably have been like, you know, 8 to 10 years since the last time I went, so I'd be like a whole different person. Different. GF and I going to Japan, Singapore, and the Philippines next month. So excited. Oh, that sounds like a great trip. That sounds like lots of fun. And then also, borders aside, I'm just kind of happy right now to stay home, save my money, make sure kind of rebuild my savings after having bought a house, you know, try to have like some emergency funds for anything that might go wrong with said house, animals and stuff, just kind of like get real cozy and figure out the routine. I want to get it a little bit more furnished eventually down the road, you know. Any way I can kind of like take it easy and save money is good. And also, I love having that excuse because I didn't really want to go anywhere anyway. I'm a huge homebody. Partner and I recently went to Toronto to see Lady Gaga. Ooh, that must have been an amazing show. I am meant to be fighting Latrunculon, so we're in the right spot. This seems like there would have been a item that they might have given me. That's a teleport, that's a teleport, that's a heal. Usually whenever I'm fighting a mob this long, I'm like, there's some reason, there's something I'm not doing. There's some trick to this that they have given me that I am currently ignoring. Gaga would be fun. It was so good. Love Toronto and Gaga. Met a couple of Hearthstone friends, which was fun. Oh, neat. Fresh characters. I don't think there's any imports yet. This is a fresh template character that I made kind of in the likeness of my main. 4th shard after 2482 attempts since the last one. Oh, nice. Congratulations. You're cruising. Are you doing bee and wolf farming? I need to click on these things. I don't want to fight too many more mobs than I have to, though. Although, if you're fighting me anyway. That one was a rare. Oh, cool. Difference damage-wise between fresh and importing. Yeah, but like... Whoa. Sorry. It'll be like that in regular game too, right? Though, like any character that you have that was previously raid geared from past expansion will probably be cruising for the first couple of levels, whereas somebody, you know, later on they're leveling or they've just made a fresh character, they're not going to be 715. So you got to test it like this to make sure it still like works fine. I think it's not unreasonable. Expected the zone being healed from the scourge, and now it's void wreaking havoc. Maybe when we finish these quests, it'll clean up a little bit more. Yeah, we played with housing a little bit yesterday. We toured both of the neighborhoods, and we started a house in each. Played around with a little bit of the decorating UI. It was really fun. I should cut that to save it. It was like my first time playing with it. I want to keep it for memories. What am I doing? Luminescent wards. 3 of 6 of them activated. Oh, it's for a bonus objective. Gotcha. Okay. I was wondering what was going on. Is there a VOD? It would just be the regular Twitch VOD. I haven't posted it to YouTube just yet. I'm going to try and carve that spot out. Maybe check it on YouTube or something, though. Which neighborhood did you like better? Oh, the Alliance one for sure. The Horde neighborhood is beautiful, but I like the Alliance one a lot better. But there's lots of like little pockets in each one that have different kind of aesthetics to them, which is neat. I think there'll be a little something for most people. I think they both have lots of detail. The Alliance one just feels a little more like a real life place and less like a fantasy place. And I guess when I say real life place, I just mean real life place that is more similar to the environment that I know in real life living in, I don't know, the Pacific Northwest. Like, I'm not used to deserts. So they seem kind of like a fantasy thing to me, despite the fact that I understand that deserts are a real thing that does happen out in the world. I've just never been to one. I have been to forest. I have been to beach. I can deal with forest and beach, and those things feel very, like, drawn from life for me. Let's see. I'm going to turn this one in. This is coming along.
army of the light stands ready.
There's a nice big upgrade. That is a nice thing about being under geared when you do these quests, is every piece of gear you get is going to be awesome.
Dionys up.
I am going to take a short break. I will be right back. Okay, I'm back. Give me Murloc housing or give me death. Maybe over time as we get like bajillions of different things to fill our houses with, you'll be able to do all kinds of different themes like that. Murloc housing. You could make Murloc-sized doors. They released all 13 tier sets. Are they cool? I don't know why tier sets don't interest me so much anymore. We get them so often and they always look fine. And I'll sometimes wear a piece from them, but I pretty much never put them on anymore. You know, if it's not like a baguette sword, it's not really working for me. This is the translocator thing. Am I supposed to? I mean, I guess it doesn't matter. We can find out if I'm supposed to be using it. Oh, we're collecting weapons. Okay. More excited to see them now because they've been generally so good. Since Dragonflight. Alright, let's take well, hang on. Let me let me keep questing until I get to a safe spot where I'm not going to be in combat. Yeah, you can scale down doors to be gnome sized. I did it in testing earlier. It's pretty fun. Oh, and then this just takes me upstairs. Okay. There is a mob up here, though. You can make it very like Alice in Wonderland. Oh, Mr. Kitty 92. Thank you very much for the 46-month resub. Great year, 92. No home. I think you guys talked me into it. I need to do not a whole gnome-sized house, but I'm gonna have a gnome room. I'm gonna have one room off to the side with a gnome-sized door, and then everything in that room is gonna be like gnome, like size for gnomes. That's what I'm gonna do. Monkey B2K, thank you for the brand new sub. Appreciate it. Cheers, guys. I was doing. Oh yeah, I wanted to look at the. Hopefully, if I just chill out here, they won't attack me. I want to look at the tier sets. I'm assuming they got posted. Early preview of Midnight Season 1 tier sets. All 13 classes now available. Armor sets, early development may contain errors, may be incomplete. This is alpha, unfinished, subject to change. Okay. Bear that in mind. We have Death Knight. Okay, that's sick. That is very cool. Those are the Death Knight sets. That is, I guess we can always guess. I'm assuming this is Demon Hunter. Also, they're probably in alphabetical order. Demon Hunter. A, B, C, D. Druid. Yeah, yeah. I mean, the helmet. We get all of these, like, antler helmets. I never wear them. Shoulders are kind of interesting. I like the slippers, actually. I might use those little leafy sandal things. That's their druid set. And a little fancier. That would be a BCD. I don't know. It looks like leather. It looks like rogue to me, or like maybe monk. Hang on. I forgot my alphabet. Evoker! Evoker, probably. That's gotta be what it is. Yeah, it's Evoker. That's the Evoker set. Mail, not leather. Mail gear. Interesting. Yeah, not my thing. Not for me, but I don't play an Evoker anymore, so that's fine. Here's Hunter. Okay, the spinal column belt is a choice. Okay. What else do we got? Mage. Okay, love the shoulders. Phenomenal. You've got little tassel-y things, and you've got Orbeez. The ropes look pretty good. I like a couple scrolls on the belt. The hood hides my face, so I'm not going to use it, but people will. Reserve final judgments. Here's Monk. Whoa. Okay, that's kind of cool. I like the pants. The helmet is terrifying, but it's interesting, which is good. That's obviously the best color. Very Monk. What else do we got? Paladin. It looks great, but I think I've seen it before. Paladin gear always looks the same to me. If you told me that, oh no, we accidentally put in like an old Paladin set, I would totally believe you. It looks great, but like, it's so Paladin coded that it doesn't look different at all, which is fine. I'd rather have it be class coded than expansion coded, which brings us to Priest. Well, instead of just wings or just faces, we now have full torsos with swords on our shoulders. Great helm. You like the helm? Man, I'm just mean today, I guess. I don't like it at all. I like the shoulders, but they're too big for me to ever actually use. Don't be mean to paladins or they'll shut down the Discord again. I don't think I have that kind of power. Here's Rogue. Yeah, roguing around. Roguing along. This is kind of cute. Little medieval puff sleeve. Love that. The boots look warm. They look quilted. They've got like quilted boots. Here's Shaman. Very, I mean, it's a female orc, but very Hagara. They love a good Orby. Yeah. Alright. Where's Warlock? Ooh, very stone-based. Usually the big rock element stuff is more of a warrior set thing, so it's interesting for them to put it on Warlock. This color is almost giving Bolvar. Yeah, lots of hoods. Lots of hoods on the sets. Yeah, it's kind of cool. I like the chains. It's a bit shaman-y. That is the Warlock set. It is a little bit shaman-y. The chains in the... Yeah, Diablo coded. It's cool. And then here's Warrior, which is, of course, at the end of the alphabet. It's furry. It's got a furry cloak, and it's got tusks, and it's got almost like these, Elec faces. Sort of like... It's like Elec face code. Well, obviously it's the tusks. Maybe it's not even just coded. Maybe those are just Elec faces, but on the shoulders, which almost makes it look more huntery. I mean, they're all fine. They're all tier sets. I think I'm just, at this point in my life, if I'm not, you know, they're great. I don't think I'm going to wear them though. I'm not serious enough for this. I need to wear dresses with large, aggressive cutouts. Good War for Lich King area. Yeah. Yeah, I don't usually wear full tier sets anyways, so I don't think I'm really the person they're trying to get with those. They look good though. Doing my trimesterly checkup. Request for more Battle Pet music is going. I haven't heard about any music, but I have heard that we can catch the new pets without battling them, which is potentially a little... I'm curious to see what sort of things we can battle. Wild pet battles, though. I guess I can't start casting judgment and talking about it until I like know what's going on, because I'm just going to be guessing. So I won't. I guess the thought that crossed my mind just, though, was that the wild pet battles are probably one of the least consequential parts of the battle pet ecosystem. Pet trainers, pet achievements, pet collecting, sure. Fighting wild pets is something that you do for like a day per patch to get the new ones. We're not leveling our pets up on wild pets. We're leveling our pets up either via trainers or via pet battle stones. So if that is what they did, and they axed just the wild pet battling in the new zone, that's a pretty victimless crime. I need to see what they did before I can start passing judgment, because like I said, I have not messed with it. But if that's all that's happened, then I think it's fine. You know, I spent lots of time here when I recognized it just for the position of the buildings. The only pet battle content is only catching wild pets or throwing a cage, not battling. That's it. It is the first alpha build, though. Pet battles don't usually go in until much later. Lazy on Bisky explained what they found so far on Bisky. What's Bisky? The slam looks weird. I like the slam a lot. I think it's cool. Blue sky. Okay. Walk up, right click, get pet and bag, riveting gameplay. As opposed to walk up, you know, weakening blow and or super bark, throw cage 3 times, get pet and bag. It was never really like a if. Anytime that there was an actual failure state for catching a pet because it had like a self-destruct or something, it was annoying. It wasn't riveting gameplay. Do you have any alpha videos planned? Not currently. We'll see. I don't want to make plans because then it's just commitments for me to break. I'd rather have no plans and then see and then hope for the best. My thoughts too. The whole Nintendo patent thing. Yeah, possible. I believe them though when they say that not many people engage with it. What tier set did you like the most? Like from the ones we just looked at? I've kind of already forgotten them. One of them was cool. I know I was talking about the Warlock one. That one was fine. What did I like? One of the early ones. They asked Ian about pet battle content. Doesn't seem like there will be a lot of battle pet stuff. Yeah, we'll have to see what they do. I like Death Knight. Yeah, that's right. The Death Knight set was really cool. That was probably the best one. 5 to 6 pets up in Eversong. Finding pets in general, though just alpha, don't know what the spawn rates will be in the end. Right. Twitch drops are active. They're always on in this channel. I leave them on permanently, year round. Yeah, I don't think that talking on my butt, I don't think that the Nintendo patent would affect pet battles in a meaningful way, but if Blizzard wanted kind of like an excuse to scale back on them so that they could stop putting resources into something that not very many people were doing, it's not bad timing because, you know, people, they don't even have to say anything. People will do it for them. People are going to be like online and hand waving and blaming Nintendo for a lack of pet battle content, and Blizzard can just like not say anything and not take the heat for it. It's not, I don't think it's directly correlated, but I think it's convenient timing if they did want to scale it back. I like blaming Nintendo. More hearts. That reminds me, I have more corn on the cob in my fridge. It was on sale. Got a lot of it. Yeah, I don't think they're coming after Blizzard with that one. But I also don't think Blizzard will mind if people are mad at Nintendo instead of them. High Mountain Demon Hunters, that would be something.
We stand together. We didn't come this far to falter now.
11.1 Undermine, 11.2 is this latest patch with the Ethereal people? Yeah, I think that's right. Undermine and then Koresh. 11.2 dropped... yeah, like 2 months ago? Ish? Something like that. The skybox cool. Let me see. Hang on a moment. Let's go look at it. Multibaka, thank you very much for the 5-month resub. Appreciate it. Hang on. That's my cooldown. Click off my void form here for you. Okay, I can't click off my void form. That's weird. Looks like a big old Orby. And then some clouds over there. Ouchie. Will Nightflame embrace the devourer life? I'm not sure if Nightflame's going to embrace life in general. I don't have a huge interest in playing Demon Hunter. I'm excited for people that are into it. It looks cool in kind of like a hypothetical sense. It doesn't speak to me at all. It would be range. Mid-range. If I wanted to be a mid-range, I'd be a devourer. Or a... what do they call them? A devoker. A devourer. Devastation Evoker. That's what the dev word was. It wasn't Devour at all. This one's Devour. What if all the mid-range specs start with DEV? There's only so many words you could do with that. I am getting my Tootsie Rolls handed to me here. Yeah, I'm cranky. I don't want to play new things. I want to play things that I already know how to play. Why play new spec when old spec do trick? I might get crazy and try out some different healing classes this expansion, but I might not. Who knows? So there's more weapons collected there inside and downstairs, it looks like. Oh, another one of them's right here. This is Midnight Alpha. It is. I'm the ooh shiny kind of player. Ever since they got rid of 100 dead zones, seems better to do stuff at max range. I need one more weapon that is downstairs. Oh, there's no stairs. This is the worst kind of building. You have to do it from inside. Played Rogue, Alliance, and Horde since forever. OG Druid, my forever main. Yeah, I'm a priest main as much as I'm a main of anything. I'm just kind of reserving judgment on how it feels in Midnight. If it feels good, I'm all in. I'll do it.
Anaria Shala.
Oh, H used to be my interact key, but now it's the housing tab. I'm gonna have to scooch one or the other one of those. Do I want this? I do. That's a big staff.
My faith is my shield. We fight for home.
Hi, Saga. How you doing? Those are Kaliphos's legendary weapons from the Eye. How do you get to your house? Is it Hearthstone? If so, how long is the cooldown? There is a teleport to plot. This may be a beta thing, though, or an alpha thing. I don't know. That's a good question. There's also a portal to the entire neighborhood in the portal room. Doug the Merce, thank you very much for the 3-month resub. Appreciate it. Doing pretty good. Repurchased the 2 first Japanese books I had. Nice. Oh, ow, ew, ew, ow, ow, ow. Oh, I'm doing a terrible job. I probably should have been sticking with the group. I might die. There we go. Is this healing me? I guess so, technically. On the announcement, they said 15-minute cooldown for Home Hearth. Oh, good. Yeah, that's plenty. If you need to go back more often than every 15 minutes, then you might need to, like, calm down a little bit. It's pretty often. Archdruid Briss, thank you very much for the brand new sub. Appreciate it. Yeah, like existing Hearthstone. As long as you're in a guild. Every now and then I'm on a character that's ungilded and I'm like, what is this 30-minute garbage? It's 2025 and then I remember that that's actually like a guild perk, bizarrely enough. I like having some of my elves ungilded, but it does hit them in the Hearthstones.
stand together.
I think it's got a lot of arms. Kind of like a vanity guild. I guess so. I've never done that where it was just for me. I had Flabby and I had a vanity guild in Remix that was just us. Like we got it chartered and then it was just us and our alts. But I've never had one that was like just personal to just me. I guess we still have it in retail because it would have transferred over. Every now and then I log into a character who's in Frog Safety Team and I'm like, oh yeah, that's right. Remix did happen. So the neighborhoods where the homes are separate phase zones. Founders Point, Razorwind Shores are their own zones. They are separate from the world. You can port there from portal room portals, or you can port there with your house Hearthstone. So it's not like attached to any of the new expansion zones or anything like that. I wonder if eventually they will stick them on the map or something like that. Aesthetically speaking. Because, like, I go to Eastern Kingdoms and I go to Elwyn Forest. Aesthetically, it's kind of, Stormwind-ish. But it's not, like, on the map or anything like that, like it's in Midnight. Bit of a bummer that we can't fly to them from Elwyn Duratar. Yeah, a little bit. That one mob. Yeah, there's a bunch of void garaged mobs out here. There's a typo in their name. Alpha, They do. The occasional typo will make it through retail too. I used to bug report them on alphas. I used to bug report every typo I came across, and I stopped doing it because they all made it into retail anyway. I don't think anyone read those. They don't. They probably have their own copy editors, and whether or not they choose to listen to them is a them problem. They don't need me to be trying to copy edit for free. They're not gonna fix them anyway. I'm not gonna put them in. Here we go. Speak with Lady Ladder. Dungeon journals used to be really bad for it. Here's your new Alpha Beta Guild. Some poor copywriter. I would be shocked if they had people, honestly. That's probably an AI job now. That's probably spell check and, feed it a couple of WoW words and call it a day. So this, I guess, is the Sunwell. As described by the name of the zone that I'm in right now. Those are like elites. I don't know if those are the void forces I'm repelling. Maybe? Somebody's fighting one over here. Maybe we'll go help. Very shiny. Makes you thirsty. This Kaive's at tier 11 double question mark tilting me. I haven't done her yet. I did single question mark. I haven't done double. I'm scared. How are the nameplate customizations? They're decent. They're decent for a first iteration. You can choose things like having, what kind of text you want on it. You can choose between a few different pre-made styles of them. You can customize the size. You can choose what sorts of things you want, like auras you want to have tracked on them. They're doing good. Does this count? No, that doesn't help me at all. Does it give me a buff or anything? Oh, yeah. Reduce damage taken. Has a chance to inflict fire damage to enemies. Oh, okay. Don't do it. Stay away. I'm on wipe 89. Wow, my brain is low. Oh, yeah. I'm going to try to cap my brand before I even try, just to give myself the best chance possible. Doesn't change color to orange, though, does it? No, unfortunately. I might have to start looking for my quest mob the old-fashioned way. One thing I want is to be able to add or remove buffs and debuffs they choose to track for me on the nameplates. I don't like this song. Yeah, if they added the option to flag quest mobs, I would be a happy camper. What are your thoughts on the weak aura change? It seems fine for me. I was using weak auras in a pretty limited capacity before. I would almost never run any unless there was something that I had to track, and then it was usually just like a buff or a debuff. So the Blizzard in-game cooldown manager now completely fills my needs, so I'm all set. I wasn't using very fancy weak auras. Earth Messiah, thank you very much for the brand new sub. Appreciate it. Why is Caligos not here? She's front and center. Wonder what item level will be like in pre-patch. Geared in 675. Pre-patch will be 700. Well, we're getting a squish as well. So that may smoosh down the difference between a geared and an ungeared character. Starter quests still need to do an XL's reach before they maybe go away. Imperative. Is he upstairs? He's probably upstairs. I was probably meant to be walking up these stairs this whole time. Every now and then I try and hit my Void Torrent down, but it's gone. I guess I do miss Void Torrent a little tiny bit. It was a fun button. Yeah. Turns out if you want something to stop hurting you, you have to stop. You have to stop it. Wonder if they'll do another level squish in Lost Titan. It wouldn't surprise me. Oh, there he is. Okay, so we're not going up the hill. We're just going right back here. That's good. I did miss him, though. I did fool around with housing a little bit yesterday. It was fun. It looked good. I'm gonna need lots and lots of stuff to play with. And I think they're gonna give it to me. I bet you I'm gonna have a lot of stuff on launch because of how many things my account has done. Them retroactively awarding housing decor for things like achievements you've already finished, quests you've already done, I think is gonna kind of load me up. Looks addictive, yeah. I think I could get very picky. I'm either going to be fiddling with things constantly, or I'm going to get it set up once, and then I'm not going to be willing to mess with it at all. Kids are going to help me decorate my house. Alright, Sunwell's protected, more or less. They spitting me into Silvermoon now?
Anaria Shala.
Silvermoon Court rep, Warband wide. I guess that's one of our new renowns. They don't have it on the map or anything yet.
I proudly serve as Regent
Journey to Silvermoon City, Silvermoon Court unlock.
What I do for
I see. I usually only care about raid pushing Mythic Plus, but housing's gonna have me hooked. I'm curious as to how it's going to evolve over time. Like, how different our day one houses are going to look from, like, you know, 5 years from now after a couple more expansions worth of, like, adding stuff and adding options. How different is it going to be? Can I fly? Yes, yes I can. Okay. We're taking aerial halt off the bar. Novel, thank you very much for the raid. Welcome, raiders. I hope you had a lovely stream this morning. We're doing alpha stuff. Hello. We're noodling around, leveling, playing a little Shadow Priest. Talking about housing. Heard something about them wanting to have a mount stable. They ultimately want to let us place things like our mounts and our pets. They're not going to be able... You're not going to be able to do that on launch, I don't think, but I think that's coming. How does Vigor work? No more Vigor. They have converted Skyriding abilities to have cooldowns and charges. The same way that, like, your class ability might have charges and a cooldown. So they'll just recharge, and you'll spend them, and then they'll recharge. No problem there. Nice and straightforward. Hope we can place alts. That would be interesting. I think it would freak me out to see my alts in the game when I'm not playing them. I know people want that. I don't know if I'm personally going to use it if they ever do it, though. Sick. Curious to know if they respond to you being void. Yeah. Yeah, I'm definitely reading what people are saying to me. We're for sure paying attention to that. Oh, what are you going to teach me to do over here? What is this? Catalyst. Okay. Here we go. Mildly bummed we won't have copy paste to share housing layouts. Terrible about the decorating part. Looking forward to grabbing a layout. I mean, it would be a bit like... I guess you can grab transmog and it's the same thing, right? Like, people can export transmog and it doesn't matter if you have all of it or not. Like, it'll still show you where it comes from. Oh, Arceth Gaming, thank you very much for the brand new Prime sub. Appreciate it. Hi, Hazel. Hi, Buddy Energy. How you doing? Oh, wow. They're really giving us the whole tour here. Map a little unfinished. We got a few quests that are around here. I'm excited for them to send me out into Silver Moon itself. Also, this is pretty. These curtains are like wings. This brings new meaning to Diaphanous. Future will come later, ultimately fine. Yeah, yeah. It's also, it's not like it's going to be mandatory. They're not going to be like, you must put your alts in the garrison or else. There's the bank.
The last I saw shadows descend on Valdenas, Arthas marched on our kingdom with his army
Heading
of foes.
upstairs.
Now another army marches in our streets, saying they're here for our protection.
Here's a
Are you
portal
certain of
room.
that?
Here's Stormwind and there's Orgrimmar.
Belore
It's
Belena.
cool that they're doing
That burst of energy
that
from
this is
sunlight
our
was
like
more
faction
powerful
neutral
than any magic
hub,
I've ever encountered.
but that
And
if
I
Alliance
know
goes into the wrong areas,
They
they're
say
in
that army
trouble.
protects us,
God,
but
they're
I
adding
heard
curtain
Surge
physics
was
perfect
there
for
doing.
Silvermoon. It looks nice
Do
out
they
here.
even understand what they meddle with?
Hey, look. Great basketball. What do you want?
Must not fall.
Stuff. Can't thank you enough for your boss guides. Been using them for a long time. Lifesaver. Nice. Yeah, there's a portal back to Stormwind for Alliance people. You can portal to and from this place. This is our new hub, like Dornagal was. Guard captain. All right, so this is the point beyond which Alliance is not welcome. This is as far as you go, hero.
The gates behind me are restricted to members of the Horde only.
Avoid the
red banners and trees.
Red
or
banners
there
and
will
red
be
trees. All right, no red
consequences.
trees for me. I am for sure not going to remember that, and I am for sure going to get myself murdered. Ooh, a harp. Wow. Someone said there's a grace period. Yeah, they probably warned me. It's probably one of those things. Like, you know when you fly into an area where they're like, you're going to get shot off your mount? They're probably like, diddle-doo. Turn back now. Yeah. Yeah, they yell at you about it. What about in here? 5-second warning. Then if there's anything that's going to make a lot of folks ride, it's whether or not we finally get, after 2 decades, this iconic Blood Elf Tower shields. I mean, if they were ever going to do it, you'd think this would be the time. Harps are great. You
State your
spend
business.
99% of the time tuning them and 1% of the time playing out of tune.
Be
Are you a harpist? You would think. Is this new Jeff lore unlocked? If I was guessing, I would say that you're not personally a harpist, but you know one. To a level where you've heard them complain
We
about
will
it.
persevere.
Alright, Lorthamar's requested.
Farewell.
Yay. Alright. That's our flight master. And we're going to the reliquary, which is not possibly going to be about archaeology because we're not that lucky. Oh, this is the auction house. Is he standing on the merchandise? Stand on the floor. Okay. Wrong building. Turning around. No archaeology. I'm just guessing. I think they're, unless there's been big news that I didn't hear about, I think they're kind of leaving it alone. What did he used to play? Clarinet or flute? How dare you? What do you mean clarinet or flute? Nortra, still thank you for the 15-month resubbies. There it is. What do you think about the new Silver Moon? I like it a lot. I like this better than Dornegal.
Let's talk.
Here we go. Need the service.
Farewell.
Ta-da. One of my favorite artists is a harpist, among other instruments. A countrywoman of yours, Lorena McKenna. Oh, that name might ring a bell. I love the phrase countrywoman. I must be a countrywoman to my fellow Canadians. Can I be described as such? Ah, yes. I saw earlier on Twitch my countrywoman Hazel. Does have a giant hammer to crush you and give you an achievement, though. Yeah. Haven't found one. You are. I am? I just like the word. I think it's fun. Had to pause for a bit to figure out what word to use there.
The rebuilding continues.
Yeah. Comrade doesn't really hit the same way.
Find strength.
Journey to Fairbreeze Village. Obtain an arcane projector. Sure. Which one of you has one? Oh, you.
What is it?
Oh, I have to take it from him. He doesn't want to talk to me, but I can
We build
mug him for it.
upon the
Silvermoon looks amazing. Love to test out alpha. Yeah, it looks good. It's going to be here before you know it. We're going to be in real game for keepsies soon enough. What did they want me to do here? Oh, listen to Lady Ladrin, which is optional. Gotcha. How you liking it so far? It seems good. I'm having a good time. It seems fun. I like New Shadow Priest well enough. I'm feeling pretty comfy with it. Housing looks amazing. Slam dunk in that regard. Ooh, this is pretty, isn't it? Look at that. Wow. I don't even know where I'm going. I'm just enjoying the view. Also, Haley, I realized I made fun of you. I didn't answer your question. I played trumpet. I was a brass player. It occurred to me that if I ever wanted to really make a bunch of noise outside to make sure the bears know I'm there, I could just whip that out. That'll do it. My neighbors might not like me, but I definitely wouldn't surprise the bears. Or, yeah. I mean, I might surprise them at first when they're like, what the hell is that? But then they would understand, oh, that's the loud porn lady down the street. Where is my nameplate gone? And why does it hate me? I need to check to make sure. Did I do that? That's what I did. I turned it off. Oopsies. The bears just start marching, right? Why is it always the brass players that are the troublemakers? Yeah. I picked trumpet because we had one already. My stepfather at the time had played trumpet when he was a kid, and he still had his. So if I picked trumpet, that meant we wouldn't have to rent an instrument. I'm sure if I had my heart set on something else, I could have made a case for it and we would have figured it out, but I was perfectly happy to be a trumpet player. I had the correct amount of diva energy for it as a kid. When the bears judge your embouchure. Oh, for sure. It is in shambles. It is absolutely in shambles. Regularly hear a neighbor use an air horn to shoo off the bears, even in the middle of the night. I feel like if it's the middle of the night, unless you also need to be in your yard, can't you just, like, go to bed? You know, close your doors, that kind of thing. Did you make a guide for Mana Forge raid? I did, yeah. There are raid guides for Mana Forge Omega on my YouTube channel. If you had your druthers, what other instrument would it have been? What is a druther? Hang on, I'm Googling. I've heard this word before. I don't know what it means. Druthers. Preference. Free choice. If I'd had my free choice of instrument. I might have stuck with trumpet. I liked it a lot. It was big. It was loud. It was hard. Yeah, no, it was good. I liked it a lot. If I had been able to practice something like piano or a violin from a younger age and not feel behind, I would have liked those. Because as a teenager, I felt that those were more romantic instruments. You know, trumpet was a little bit brash. Pardon my pun. Portmanteau of would rather. Oh. How's it going? Hey, it's going pretty good. How you doing? I'm going to stop looking for that treasure now because I don't know what they want. Well, am I? No, it's going to drive me nuts. Antique nobleman's signet ring. It must be small. It must be a small ring. Ah, it is small. It's also perhaps not implemented. Okay, I'm leaving. Yeah, I don't know. It wouldn't have been flute. I don't think I would have been a woodwind. I would not have been a percussionist. What else was there? I wouldn't have gone for bigger brass like a trombone or a tuba. I didn't have the... I was heavy. Wish I'd picked up an instrument. Like to be able to play the violin. Maybe the hurdy-gurdy. Strings. We didn't have... No one was teaching strings. We didn't have, like, orchestra. We had band. We had concert band. So nobody was playing violin.
Stay the course.
It was not exactly an option. Violins are expensive. Rapid Donut, thanks for the brand new sub. Appreciate it.
Remember the sun well.
Oh yeah, saxophones. Those are woodwinds, right? They got the little reeds.
Deep stranger. I shall watch for you.
Does Supatu still play the saxophone on stream? I feel like that was a whole thing.
Perhaps when the sunwell blew sky high into that swirling vortex? Sorry. I'm a bit
What am I
overwhelmed.
doing? This is my shoe Hawkstrider button. I guess I'm gonna need to do that. Not sure I'm ready for midnight. I just subbed for a whole year. Well, sounds like you're ready. Is it a red flag if the innkeeper is this close to the bed that she's renting out and will not move? She is clipped into it. Imagine you're renting a room and she's like, hello, I have available this bed. I've never got past the music teacher throwing chalk at us when unhappy. On one hand, being a school band leader is not an easy job, but on the other hand, projectiles at students generally frowned upon. Not a great idea. See an Airbnb, they would question whether that would be the way. What am I doing? I'm shooting Hawkstriders, I suppose. We're investigating disturbances and examining strange plants. That does sound like a good vacation. Yeah, maybe that's her bed. My thought was that I'd hate to subject other ears to my learning. I guess I could use the little outbuilding we have. There's also, like, one thing that I really like about living in a place like this, and I think you live, not where I live, but like in a similar kind of style of place, is that people will make all kinds of noise. People will have backhoes. People will be obviously like mown-lowing and leaf blowing. People are doing all kinds of noisy things during the day. And it's fine. It's during the day. You know, your neighbors aren't right on top of you. And if they were trying to take a nap, then that's too bad. They should get earplugs. Like, it's no one else is worried about making noise, so I shouldn't be worried about making noise either. You know, there's someone with a garage band somewhere in the neighborhood, and I don't know exactly where it is, but I know that it's there because I can hear them practicing. They kind of rock. They're kind of good. It's pretty cool. But yeah, I think at some point you just got to let yourself make the noise, you know? It's not in the middle of the night. It's not at 6 in the morning. Be loud. with the context that you have a house. Like I wouldn't necessarily tell this to someone in an apartment building. If you're sharing walls with neighbors, it is a little more awkward, but even then, you know, people have a right to make noise in their homes during the day. You can't be quiet all the time. It's no way to live your life. But I'm just feeling that way because I've been quiet for, or I've tried to be quiet for however many years until I just moved in just now. My neighbors love your stream. Oh, do you crank it? Oh boy. Did Alonzo's Fowl make any comment about the knife? He did. He was like, oh man, if only I didn't lose this thing. Gosh darn it. He gave out the Alonzo's Fowl version of diddly darn, that was a big old mistake. Whoopsies. I think they really should have had him say whoops-a-daisy. It was basically along the same lines as what happened. Alpha's fun so far. It's working pretty good. There's a couple of alpha bugs, but it's in decent shape. I'm checking out the new zone. What do I want to do? I want to track pets. See if I come across any. Problem is usually when someone's lifestyle is noise, being a hobby driller. Yeah. Yeah, if it's all the time, you know, if you're practicing for like 8 hours a day every day, then fine. That might be a little bit annoying. But I don't know. People make all kinds of noise for a couple hours at a time here and there. I was so nervous the first time I went out to try to trim my hedge because I was like, this thing's pretty loud. How are people going to be able to hear me? And then I realized I hear them all the time. No one cares. You know? My duty to society is basically just don't do it, like, at 6 in the morning, you know? Which I think would even be different. If you lived in some place like Arizona where that's the only time before it is, like, death hot outside, then people probably do stuff earlier in the morning. Duty to society. Society is to be a menace. Watching Krendor stream Alpha. He went to move a piece of furniture, clipped into a wall, and crashed into desktop. It was a good time. If you get really nervous, you can always figure out what the local noise ordinances are, either via your strata or HOA if you have one, or not, then there would be a local bylaw that would talk about it. But almost all of it's going to be just like, don't throw, you know, raging overnight parties that go all night. Like, most of the time during the daytime, you're allowed to play instruments and cut your lawn. Otherwise, how would anybody ever do it? You're 41 in a week? Oh, happy early birthday if I don't catch you. We're examining plants? Is that what we're doing? You know what I need to do, actually? Forget this. Let's go back to town. I want to go see profession trainers. I want to try something that we were talking about yesterday before it, like, slips my mind. I want to talk to a guard, and I want to...
Peace, friend.
How did I get here? How did you get here? That's a beta NPC. Okay, we have guards. Will they tell me where the profession trainers are?
Victory lies ahead.
I want specifically fishing.
Be ready for anything.
She said she marked it on my map. That's Lore Walker Cho. This is still alpha map, so it's a little bit tricky. I wonder if she really did mark it on my map or not. That feature may not be implemented yet. You'd think it would be on the docks. Oh, there's a delve. 58. Headbang to the neighbor's garage band once a month. You guys have convinced me. Next time I see a neighbor, or not a neighbor, a bear outside my fence, I'm just going to start practicing my trumpet and see if it leaves. Nope, that's just lore walking. Okay. Alright, so she said she marked it. I don't think she really did. I don't think that's in. But you know what I could do is we could go to the portal room. Which is there, thankfully, marked on the map. I was thinking I have 0% chance of remembering where that is. But it is marked on the map, so we're okay. Which is grindier? Najatar, Mechagon. Najatar, longer grind. Mechagon, a little bit more RNG, but can be finished much faster, especially if you get a bit lucky. But the Najatar meta was definitely a longer one for sure. Stat squish. Yeah, so I'm item level 90. I have 231 crit at level 80 right now. 140 haste. Because of the followers. Yeah, and if you want to do the meta achievement, there is... And maybe they fixed it, actually, so I don't think I should talk about this. But there used to be, like, one that required a bunch of different weeks of doing a certain event in different ways. I like big numbers. What if you just turn them off so you can't see them and then you pretend that they're big? The lab, yeah. I think they fixed the lab, but the followers are still long. Alright, so we're going out into Stormwind, where I'm not going to be fooled by the spooky wall. I want to pick up fishing, and at least here I know where the fishing trainer is. I was spooked. I was lost in there for a while. Let's pick up fishing. Is there anything else that I should pick up in the meantime, like cooking or something? I guess I'll grab cooking. Oh, I want herbalism actually. I wanna see if there's flowers and stuff. What am I doing? I'm grabbing cooking. I was like, I haven't looked for the cooking trainer in Stormwind since the trading post came out, and I'm like, where did they bump him? Where is he? Is he at the bottom of a canal? My boy. There he is.
Be careful.
Intermittently working on head financier and junkyard tinkerer. 1,000 for those is crazy. If an Altamont gets a fishing hat, are they destined to be salty? Here's herbalism. There we go. And we'll leave the other one open for now. But what we wanted to know, now that we've trained that, is I want to go back to housing. Which actually, let's just use this button. Teleport to plot. Does it still cost like 1,000 gold to repair? Probably. They don't usually nerf repair costs when they nerf stats and stuff. And I conveniently live by the beach. Sorry. Can't remember where they've put anything anymore in this game. There's fishing. What am I catching? It would be really cool if you catch current expansion fish from the housing areas. I caught a sad rock. It has the flavor text, laughter is the best medicine. And it has a use to share your best joke. And then when I used it, I don't know if I have my emote sound on, but in chat it says Inksy tells their sad rock a joke in emote text. Okay, we'll try again. There's a bismuth bitterling. Kazalgar. So currently at level 80. I wonder if it scales with your level. It's giving me the War Within fish. Oh, I got another rock. Did I keep my sad rock? Oh, it's a happy rock now. It looks happier and you do too. Okay. All right. Here, I'll fish a little longer. That was phenomenal. You can fish up a rock, buddy. Hold it up to the light. Is that new or was that in Kazalgar? A gob of mucus. That's gross. Okay. So what I then wanted to try is I wanted to get a baby character that is Alliance. Kind of a sick name. Oh, no. No, 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 no. I want a baby allied race character. That is alliance. Wonder what your best joke was. Yeah, I don't know. A few weeks ago, I was looking online at orchard ladders because my hedge is pretty tall, and I was thinking of using a ladder to help me access the top of it to trim it more effectively. But it's pretty uneven ground, and I was like, well, what do people use for that? What kind of ladder do people use for that? And they use tripod ladders, or orchard ladders. And I was just trying to read more information about them because they were pretty expensive and a bit tricky to find. And there was some Facebook post, and I should have, you know, being on Facebook was my first mistake. But there was some Facebook post where some guy was like, oh man, I saw some guy trimming a hedge with a tripod ladder. And he was asking some question about the ladder, like whether or not it didn't look stable, but whether or not it was good or if anybody used them to trim hedges. And this being Facebook, there was like 200 comments, and I'm like, oh, I wonder if people have shared relevant and interesting stories and anecdotes about their use of these ladders and how stable they feel. And instead, like 180 of these 200 comments about this guy who says he saw somebody using a ladder to trim a hedge are just like, oh man, it must be hard to sharpen the ladder. I would have used a hedge trimmer. It's just the Facebook dads could not keep it together. We're going to Stormwind is what we're gonna do. Not a lot, yeah. I was complaining to my husband about that joke, and he thought it was the funniest thing. So, maybe I'm the odd one out here. Posted a picture taken a second ago on Cute Stuff. We have a house visitor. Oh, I want to see. Ta-da. Cute Stuff. Well, who's at your house? Oh, chipmunk, right? Not a squirrel, chipmunk? Little stripies? Told him a great joke. Well, my joke. The thing that really got my goat about that is not that it's like a dad joke. That's fine. Dad jokes are great. It's that 5 to 10 people typed out variations of this joke and hit post. And then another 150 people showed up, presumably read that the joke was there already, and were like, you know what I should post is the same joke. I don't think they've heard it before. I'm gonna do it again. Like, oh man. And that happens sometimes in Twitch too. Like somebody will say something and then somebody else will come and say the same thing, especially like as an answer to like a question that like it's been done, but they thought of it, so they also want to post it, and it drives me nuts. People don't read comments, they just write and wait for likes. You do not read your comment section. Oh, yeah, I don't know. It's something though. So I came here and I was going to pick up fishing with his 1 gold if he can anyway. Yeah. It just doesn't translate in real life. You know, I've never been in a space where someone made a joke and was like, you know what they want to hear now is the same joke, but from me.
How are you?
Hello. I would like fishing. Thank you. Because I didn't train any of the expansion fishings on my other character. I just did the regular one. But yeah, it could have been AI. Facebook's kind of a wasteland now. I want to put fishing on his bar. And he's going to go to the neighborhood. That one is a ground squirrel. It's the last one that's holding out, not going to hibernation yet. Oh. Interesting. Founder's Point. Does Brewfest end when Remix starts? Brewfest looks like it ends on the 9th, so there's 2 days of overlap. If Remix starts in the 7th, it looks like Brewfest goes till the October 9th. I'm gonna carve my pumpkin today. Oh, I guess I can't. No, I can. If I get on a flying mount, it'll fly. That's my house. I'm gonna go to my house. Huge dragon, yeah. So you can fly over people's houses and it won't boot you out for like having gone over someone else's owned plot. It's just if you approach them on land that it can port you out. Yeah, remixes are a retail feature. It's kind of like a separate sort of little pocket of the game that you have to make a new character to play in that has sort of different rules. It's like a rapid relaunch of an expansion, but with more things to collect and crazy power boosts that will eventually make things all very fast. So here you can come back to your alt's house. I kind of want to see how the door feels, the gnome door on a taller character actually while I'm here. All right, so this is my house with my ceiling bush. Here's my gnome door. Oh, he can, okay, so he can go through the door. Even though I've scaled it down, he can walk in. He can walk in. He is too big for the gnome-sized bed, but he could enter it, so that's good to know. I wanted to see if my Coltieran could get through the gnome door, and he can. That's good. That's a good answer. That is unfortunate. Oh, you don't want it to be able to get in there? I'm just imagining. I mean, I know that the clipping is a little bit awkward. You know, but what are you gonna do? The door is too small. Now I want to take this character who is level 10 and try fishing and see if he is also catching Kazalgar fishing things. If he can catch, is he gonna catch classic fish? Is he gonna not be able to catch fish? I just want to know. I need to know. What? Water too shallow. Can he fish rocks? Will he get a funny joke rock? How do you feel about the new Mythic Plus season rewards for Midnight? I don't think I've seen him yet. I have to go through him and take a look. So he is also at level 10 getting Bismuth Bitterling, which is a Kazalgar fish. So you can fish. That is currently what it's giving. It is independent of your level, it looks like. I would love to see this updated to current expansion fish. I mean, they probably haven't even put in Midnight Fish yet. That's something that often will happen later. So maybe they'll update it to that. I would like that. If it was up to me, I would want it for you to be catching fish that were appropriate to the current endgame expansion in the housing area. It's nice that you can fish here. That's good. Also, he's only catching Bitterling. He's not catching... We haven't caught any other type of Kazalgar fish. It is exclusively Bismuth Bitterling. Okay. Well, that answers that question. I think I'm gonna leave Elodin behind and thank him for his service here. I want to get back out to not Elwyn. Eversong, the other forest that starts with E, and poke around and see if I can find any of those like catch-em pets. So this would take me to Stormwind, which I suppose is a shortcut. Let's do that. What? Do you think all the things will be broken? I don't anticipate so. It's not really a combat add-on, so I think it should be safe. Oh, a vlog. These are my, those are friendly nameplates. That's what those look like. Good to know, good to know. Anything in the mail? Oh, recovered items. This item was not found. I bet you that's the ring that I tried twice to loot. It's just not fully implemented yet and it doesn't quite know what to do with itself. Mori XI, thank you very much for the brand new Prime sub. Appreciate it. We're heading back to Silverman. Frost Mages got their elementals back. Ooh, that's good news. That's the best news I've heard since Stella got her groove. Maybe some changes with what tooltips show in combat. Yeah. I think I have my all the things tooltips disabled in combat anyways, just to save juice. Alright, so there is a portal to Silver Moon City. Yeah, they've totally reworked these. They have moved some portals around for sure. So over here we still have... they left the Masters, but some of these portals are gone. Silver Covenant, Exodar, Cathartic Markness. You've got Caverns of Time still. Founder's Point is right up here on the left. Borealis has been moved to... Borealis was still here. Oh no, hang on, that's Oribos. So we've got Dornegal, Valdrakken, and Oribos. Borealis might be upstairs, if it's still here at all. Let's go upstairs and take a look. Because Dornegal used to be upstairs, and they've bumped it down now. I think they want kind of the more current and relevant ones. So it looks like this is Belemeth is still here. This isn't finished, obviously. You've got Tide Sages up here, so it looks like this will be Borealis. It's not here yet. Dustin C223, 223. Thank you for the brand new sub. Appreciate it. They should have a plan at the entrance, like a mall. I don't like when they change portal locations. I autopilot for their first couple months. Yeah, I'm gonna be super lost. Riot Girls Gaming, thanks for 64 months. Yeah, Borealis with the Ironforge portal. I will forgive them if they just stick an Ironforge portal down here somewhere, but I don't know if they're gonna do that or not. But anyways, we've got Founder's Point, Oribos, and Silver Moon is at the end here. Yeah, they're moving portals around. Don't understand why Zandalar has a Thunderbluff portal, but Orgrimmar doesn't. Yeah, it's just a strange kind of relic of how they've done these things. Okay, we're going to... I want to go noodle around in Eversong and see if I can find any pets. Reinstalled retail. Anything I should focus on before midnight? If you want gear, 11.2 Koresh content is the place to be. That's the most current content. That's where all your modern catch-up gear is going to be. Delves are great, but it just kind of depends on what you want. Some people that want to collect housing items ahead of time are working on old professions or old achievements. Legion Remix is coming quite soon. I think that's going to have some decor to collect in it, and that's going to kind of keep us busy for a while. This is just my quest area. I mean, I think this plant is strange. Who would chop it off at the top like that? It looks like a Cleopatra statue. Try to collect some decor, do remix, and some crash. Oh yeah, that's right. I hope they don't move her. I will remember this inn forever because of how awkwardly close she is standing to the bed. I kind of love it. I am trapping... Yeah, light worms and lynx. Okay. Massive unlock notification when we log in after player housing comes out. It'll be like when they made like white quality items like moggable. That was a big lockup for a little while. Who's that topiary artist first try? Cut him some slack. So decor is going to come from lots of stuff. WoW had an article they put out that talked about some of the different types of sources. Things like individual quests will sometimes have decor on them, and if it's an old quest and you've already done it, it should be rewarded retroactively. Achievements, some of them will come from like dungeon and raid bosses. Some of them will come from professions and crafting. All kinds of different stuff. Interestingly enough, they've decided not to, at least at first, put them on the trading post. They said they don't want them competing with your tender for like mounts and stuff, at least for now. From 1 to 10, how excited are you for housing? 11.5. Pretty excited. Anyways, I'm not here. I'm looking for pets. I heard they were a bit rare. I heard they weren't super common. I am tracking them. Pet journal wise, I actually, oh no, I do have pets. Okay, I have some. Glad they waited. Housing looks great. I'm glad they waited this long to make it right. Yeah. I'm very impressed and kind of surprised by how much. Ooh, this is pretty. Whew. Goodness. Hang on, I need a minute. Wow. Wow. By how customizable and how much detail they let you get into with creating your house, it almost feels like dev tools. It feels a tiny bit like being in Blender. Yeah, this is the light bloom. This is light bloom Athron. It's Ashron after you've been to the dentist. Reading or hearing, been in the works in some capacity since Legion. This is an herb called Argent Leaf. New herb. Argent Leaf. Alright. Does feel like they copy pasted WoW edit. Huh. That looks like a thing. You can get Latent Arcana and charge the Rune Stone to get Runic Shield, I suppose? I don't know. World map, Northern Eastern Kingdoms? Like this. This is alpha map still. It hasn't, the new maps aren't in yet. Yeah, people always like the alpha maps. Every time that we do alpha, there's always someone that wants them to keep them just like this. Oh, Club Dread, thank you very much for the brand new sub. Appreciate it. This is Azerroot. Is it just me or does this look a lot like Earthroot? I'm down for herbs to look a little bit less fantastical. That is pretty straightforward. All right. Azerroot. Have a little explore. That's what I disliked most about Final Fantasy XIV's maps is I could not read them. That one is more Argent Leaf. That one's lush. Also, I'm in trouble. Yeah, 2 tiers of... some things have 2 tiers. I think some... I shouldn't talk, actually. I don't know yet. I'm only getting the copper tier right now because, I'm only getting the copper tier because I'm new at this. They did talk about it. This is a thing that people know. I just forget. There's been so much information. And I have so little brain meat to put it into. It's getting a little gloppy around the edges in here. Slosh, slosh, slosh. Ooh, this way. I'm looking for pets. I'm tracking them. I've heard there aren't many yet, but I've heard that people have found them. Eversong Woods is gorgeous. Lovely. Very excited about this. Ooh, that's a new one. That's a light fused mana lily. Ooh, that one looks pretty. I like that one. Big. 2 motes of light. Crafting regent. Oh no. What's over here in these red trees? Something like the Cloak of Infinite Potential. So instead of the cloak, they're putting that power progression sort of special item onto your artifact weapon. So you'll get your artifact weapon. They all share the same talent trees. Everybody's weapons have the same powers that you can unlock. There's a couple of different branches that you can go down that have different themes. But you can respec them kind of at will. No dead scar. Yeah, the scar healed as far as I know. You think it's worth it to not worth it to auction them? As long as they auction for more than they vendor, it's always going to be worth it to auction them. I still auction old expansion herbs if they're worth more than they vendor for, which is usually. As long as they're not bouncing back. But people will buy them for sure. I do think every class has fewer abilities. They really went and pruned just about everybody, it seems. I've been on hiatus with WoW for 2 years. It's still the same grind. Yeah. I'm not expecting WoW to change that much, especially in that frame of time. Sanguithorn and a lush tranquility bloom. I'm enjoying seeing the new herbs. This is the ruins of Deathholm. This is kind of cool. Hi there. Hi, Lucap. How you doing? Happy Saturday. Hope your weekend's going well. Because if I'm not mistaken, Eversong and Ghostlands got kind of combined. So this is probably the more Ghostlandsy part of what is now Eversong Forest. This isn't a lead. I should be careful. There's an herb called Azaruth. There's an Azaroot. Imagine if WoW became a Cooking Mama style game. I mean, Brewfest was kind of the closest they've ever done to a overcooked style minigame. Ooh, pretty. Pretty, pretty, pretty. That one's Tranquility Bloom. Having a great weekend. Ordered pizza. Playing WoW today. Life is good. Hope you're doing good as well. Oh, thanks. Yeah. I'm carving my pumpkin today. I bought a pumpkin the other day. It's been sitting outside. And I'm going to have at it today. I think I'm just going to carve like a normal jack-o'-lantern face. I'm just going to wing it. It's the best way to live. Peace Bloom, but leveled up. What's this one? Sanguithorn again. I haven't seen Eeyore yet. I'm sure it's around. I didn't pick up mining for some reason. I only grabbed herbalism. I don't know why. Should do that next time. Oh, what's your fish's name? Barbara. I have a fish named Barbara. I'm gonna move her into my office at some point. I just need to get around to it. Ah! Ah! Like how many of the herbs and ores are from Classic but renamed a little. Yeah, I kind of reimagined. It's sort of neat. Halloween isn't really my vibe, but carving pumpkins always a good time. Dark color damage didn't seem balanced. It's an elite mob, and I am a leveling character in old expansion gear. I think it's also I'm a priest. Shadow priests are always kind of smoosh at the beginning of an expansion. I just want to pick the Sanguithorn. Midnight Herbalism. Man, Midnight Herbalism is such a snappier title than Kaz-Algar Herbalism. Can you do the delves yet? I don't know. I haven't tried. I saw a door. Saw a door for one. That one is still some more Sanguithorn. I don't really need to craft anything with the herbs. I just kind of want to look at them all. And also, I'm keeping my eye out for pets. That's really why I'm out here. Oh, I found one. Okay. There is a amber tree flitter. Here it is.
I'm out of
Hang on. I've heard of this, but I want to see it for myself. Come on. So, right click, or the hover gives you the little glowy hand icon. Right click, capture. You receive item, amber tree flitter, goes to my bags. And it's an item that teaches you the pet. In white quality. I wonder how that works with qualities. But yeah, they're not battleable. Ooh, a light fused Azerute. This one looks fancier than the other Azerute that I saw. My contacts at Pal World will hear about this. Yeah, actually, let me see. Tree. Amber Tree Flitter cannot battle. The older ones can, this one cannot. I can summon it, so I guess the quality is a non-issue because it can't fight anyway. Is that temporary? I don't think so. I think that's intended. I could be wrong. They could change their mind, but I've heard secondhand from people that someone asked Ian about it in an interview, and he said that capturing wild pets was something they were de-emphasizing, so they may have only added non-combat pets to wild pets anyways. If I look in the pet journal and I look through, let's find something. I guess what I want to do, kind of cute. I want to see if I could, because some of these things are things from, you know, other expansions that I don't have. Visions of Orgrimmar and stuff. Also things that I don't have on retail. Or I haven't, sorry, that I haven't updated. Because if they... Yeah, that's what I'm wondering, is if pets from other sources other than wild pets can. Pet battle source pets like Swamp Biter cannot battle. I was trying to see if I could find something. And it's a little tricky when I haven't even memorized which ones are from Koresh or not. Let's see. Sir Duvaindeer, thank you for the brandy sub. Appreciate it. Adding family battler achievements to Kalimdor, Eastern Kingdoms, Northrend. Oh, interesting. Well, that's kind of cool. Yeah, a lot of these things are Koresh. Yeah. Twilight Highlands. Hang on, I have to Google this. Was this one available before or not? What is it called? It is called Radar. I get it. Radar. Added in patch 12.0. So this is new. Alright, we found a new pet that can battle. It may be from pre-patch. But there is a 12.0 pet that has them. That has abilities. Catamwall, thank you for the 6-month resub. Happy half a year. And Mythologic, thank you for the 67-month resub. Made a stream again. Go me. Hope everyone's doing great. Thank you. Pre-patch sound. Okay, this pet is from a treasure. It looks very cool. It cannot battle. Interesting. Happy spooky season. Well, there aren't any pet battles on the map yet. So we have a Midnight Safari achievement. Oh, Marley, thanks for giving out a gift sum. Hang on. I just looked at the name of it and then I immediately forgot it. It was called Doe, Child of Philo. Wasn't Philo the, Philo is the, well, it's a type of pastry, but it's also, the Loa of Children. Here's Doe, Child of Philo. Okay, a snooter. Gotcha. Capybara pets. So Doe, Child of Philo can battle. So there's another one. Your Midnight Safari reward pet can battle. So there are some new pets that can battle. It seems like most of them cannot. It's so cute. It's adorable. Is it that different from like our snooters? It is actually a little bit. We have these ones we've had for a while. Family Battler ones in alpha. Hang on. Hold on. Hold the phone. The achievements are Battler of Eastern Kingdoms, yep. Family Battlers for all the old ones, so I'm sure people are hard at work on those now. Holding phone. Pet called Moon Darter is our reward from Family Battler of Calendar. We also have Burn for Eastern Kingdoms. Moon Darter is a fairy dragon, cannot battle. Burn cannot battle either. Yeah, I am really close to leveling. Here. Came over for the Nalpa raid. Thanks for the raid vids. You carried me through most of the war with it. Oh, cheers, Alchemist. I'm glad they're working for you. Thanks for stopping by. Shame if you didn't do that before in the stream. I am ending stream shortly. I will give my verbal forewarning. Because I know I end stream pretty abruptly sometimes, but we're getting to the end of my my time slot here. I say like the network's gonna take me off. It's not the network, it's just my desire for lunch. Yeah. I need to track down this thing that Ian said and then listen to it for myself. This is interesting. Do you ever apply for Twitch front page? No. It doesn't sound like a something that will vastly improve my life. Nothing like unearned exposure. Can't battle because they just haven't been assigned. Maybe, but there was a comment in an interview that's a little concerning, so I just want to figure out what they said. I'm not going to do it like right now on stream because I'm only here for another 2 minutes. I'm just trying to level. But yeah. The wild pet capturing, I'm on board with. With it, like capturing wild pets without battling, I'm fine with that. The fact that they can't battle, I guess, means that I don't need to worry about leveling them and upgrading them. So that actually kind of takes a chore away from me. They can battle? I sure say they can't. I just want to get to the bottom of it. Yeah, it could be alpha, but I'll dig a little more at some point and we'll figure it out. Yeah, Midnight captured wild pets, but some of them are not just wild pets from Midnight. Some of them are other pets added Midnight that cannot battle, and then some of them are other pets added Midnight that can. So, it's, yeah. Maybe they still have rarities. Well, there's no point in them having rarities if they can't battle, though. The rarities were a function of their power in battle. Interesting. Hero talent points. Are they for housing? Here, let me summon my tree flitter. Oh no, I already have it summoned. There it is. Here's my new pet. Okay. Well, I'm gonna turn this off for now. I need to have a good think and I need to have a snack. So I'm gonna go. Have a good, maybe bear-free rest of your day. I'll see if I can get my my video cropped down to a point where I can share like a little screenshot or something from it. Thank you very much for joining me today. I appreciate your company. I will be back tomorrow for Sunday morning WoW stream. I'll be back on same time. 9 to noon Pacific is my normal time slot, Wednesdays through Sundays. Appreciate you guys, and I hope you have a wonderful, wonderful day.